Good morning, y'all. Yeah, I started a little bit early, man. What can I say? I'm quite unorthodox when it comes to stuff. I'll give y'all a minute to come in. I hope everybody feeling pretty good this morning. We're gonna dive right into this thing in just few a few seconds, I should say. I'll give it a minute or two. Hope everybody Memorial Day going pretty good, or Memorial Day weekend so far going pretty good. Everybody getting prepared for it. Yeah, man. Look, if if you're looking at this video and you're thinking that I'm gonna go in on my fellas, on my brothers, and bashing my bashing my kinfolks, stuff like that, that's not what this topic is about. And if you think that this is in reference to just women and bashing people, uh, in terms of how they treat a woman. We need to treat women better and all this other stuff. That's not what this is about. What's up, Florida boy? I'll see you in the building, man. Look, we need to get the whole realm of our shit together in terms of us being black men. Okay, and let me explain what I'm talking about. Okay, I'm talking about getting your affairs together. I'm talking about getting your credit right. I'm talking about investing your money properly. And I'm talking about leaving something for your loved ones. Just if you have kids, if you don't have kids, that doesn't really apply to you. But getting your affairs in order is something that applies to you, and getting your shit together all together applies to you. What's up, enemy at the gates? I see you in here. And y'all smash the like as y'all come on in. Look, I had a cousin that just passed away. Okay, and he wasn't nothing but 42. He wasn't nothing but 42 years old. Now, some of y'all might think, oh, well, that's old. It's sad that we live in a society and amongst a generation that think that, even 30 is old or ancient or seasoned, whatever you want to call it. But in my eyes, it isn't. Um, you could die at 25. I don't think that's old. You could die at 55. I don't think that's old. We got to stop putting age on stuff and thinking that just because this person is 25 or this person is uh is 15 or this person is 85 or whatever, put them you classify them in a certain category of them being old or young. Look, age is age, and it goes back with saying it's nothing but a number. Okay, now to get back to what I was talking to, not trying to stray away from the subject, the first thing that we need to be talking about is, getting your affairs in order. Okay, that's the first thing that we got to nip into the bud. Okay, when I say affairs, okay, people automatically think that I'm talking about, making sure that you you have a will, that you have that you have life insurance, uh, making sure that your finances are taken care of, and making sure that you also have a living will too as well, because if you become mentally unstable and you're not able to take care of something, you gotta have a power of attorney that can be able to take care of that sort of thing. And some of y'all probably look at this video and you'd be like, man, I don't know, I don't want to talk about this stuff, or man, it's not gonna happen to me, or I'm too young. Or, man, you better wake up. You better wake your ass up right now. We live in a different time, a different society where you just don't know. You need to start preparing yourself. You really need to start preparing your loved ones. I'm not going to just say kids. Prepare your loved ones that are around you. You have a circle around you of people that you can galvanize and get together and be able to start something. Now more than ever, more people from I'll give you a prime example. More people are coming to my state, in Texas, from California, and all these other places, but the main places are California. They're coming from California because the land is is super cheap down here, and now they're just now starting to kind of raise the prices. And the reason why I mention that is because now more than ever, you see a lot more people investing in things like real estate, getting into property, and property preservation, things of that nature. You know, and so I'm able to have an intellectual conversation with many of people. Man, all the fun and games and joke that I do on here and stuff like that, man, you gotta loosen up. Cause in another video, I'll go into detail about what I done been through, what I done seen, things of that nature. You know, but you definitely got to get your stuff in order. Don't have somebody trying to have a GoFundMe because, oh man, well, we need a GoFundMe for Polo because he didn't have no life insurance and he didn't have this and he didn't have. Basically, what you're saying is you didn't have your shit together, so now everybody else, they got to take care of your stuff for you. Unfortunately, unfortunately, and my thing is this: as I send you I'll send you a link, because some of y'all can come in here and y'all probably have done many things. I got people that I excuse me, I got people that I know on here that have done many different things in life. They've, whether it's been overseas, they've been in the military, they've done uh, various different things, but they can actually speak on a topic like this, as far as being prepared, because make no mistake about it, proper preparation prevents poor performance, and you don't want your family looking bad because you you didn't set everything up properly. I mean, that makes a family look bad. That makes our culture look bad. I'm talking about the African American culture. If you're not African American, that doesn't apply to you. But I mean, even all colors. We're not. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I'm colorblind, or I'm not colorblind or something like that. I don't see race or anything. I've said that before. This applies to everybody. But the reason why I talk about my kin folks, my my black brothers, is because we so focused on getting the flyest whip. We so focused on getting, that house has to be the best on the market. Those clothes have to be, you know they have to be A1, top of the lines, things of that nature, when you really should be, preparing uh, for, what's next to come, and not only death, but we're talking about being prepared for if things are going to get taken away from you, or if there's a situation like what's going on in the country in terms of, I'm not going to say the name, but everybody knows what I'm talking about. A lot of people lost their businesses. A lot of people lost their houses. Divorce rate was up. Everything was up. I'm talking about that type of thing. You need to be prepared for that. And if you're not willing to, take heed and listen to other people that tell you these type of stuff, or tell you this type of thing, to get your affairs in order, man, you really got life really fucked up. You got life really, really. You looking at life in a I guess you look at life as just something to play with, and it's not to be played with. You know, our men, our black men, what we got to do is we need to we need to make sure that we're laying the foundation. We are kings, man. We are not peasants. We're not on the bottom of of the totem pole by any means. You know, you got to think about it. Not only did we build this country, not only did we build this country, they stole they stole pretty much everything from us as a society, um, well, as a culture, I should say, as an ethnicity. Talking about African, they stole uh, the British. They stole our our monarch setup, in terms of, having, being king and being queens, uh, establishing order, and it also, stealing, of course, stealing other things from us too as well. So, you know we have to understand. As I got the comment coming in, hold on one sec. Do I agree with Kwame? I agree with a lot of things that Kwame say. One thing in particular that I do agree with him in is, instead of taking your money and investing it in like strip clubs or clothes, or, whips and cars and things of that nature, value material that um, doesn't really, it, it it means something, like in terms of like passing it down to others, but it's not a nonprofit organization. It's not building a business and setting your kids up, so uh, when you retire, they can take over the business, and then you have the potential to further generational wealth. That's what I agree with, and that's one of the things that he said. Why not invest in the kids? Because the kids are our future, and just because you don't have kids, that doesn't mean that you can't make your presence felt in terms of uh, doing what's necessary to set the generation up, to live better, to to profit better, and to basically, I'm not going to say not want for nothing, but be more well off than uh than many others and stuff, because you know a lot of kids, a lot of children, they get angry at at their parents for not leaving them something, when they pass on, or even when they they still here, or, they don't leave them any type of business, they don't leave them any type of wealth, they don't leave them any type of fund. uh they don't have a few bank accounts set up for them, any type of safe, any of that stuff. They don't have none of that stuff. Enemy at the gates, they don't have none of that stuff set up, and they get angry about that. But me, I'm not going to do that to my children. I'm not going to do that to them. And you know, neither is my wife. We don't think about stuff like that. We think about them. Um, I think about what the next generation that's going to come. And it's sad to say. A shout out to my boy T Price. If you haven't subbed to his channel, sub to his channel. We were talking last night, and he was saying that you know he 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 said something to this effect. I can't exactly make it out into words, but basically what he was saying is that this generation that's coming up now and the world that they're gonna live in, we're man, we're we're worried about it because the way that the world is going now and the way that things are happening. I mean, look at everything that's happening, enemy at the gates. Uh, you got people like fans uh spitting on Trey Young. You got people uh pouring popcorn on Russell Westbrook when he's injured. You know, you got people that are coming, and even though that person is deceased and not no longer with us, they still want to keep that, bring that evil energy around. And it shouldn't be like that, but that's a whole nother topic. You said, what about say black say slavery in South America? Man, you were right on facts. Enemy at the gates. Slavery isn't over. We live in modern day slavery. We live in modern day slavery. What you think you are doing when um you're, let's say you're working for a company, and you're considered at the bottom of the totem pole, and the other another race, or another ethnicity might not have the qualifications that you do, you know might not have the know-how, the skills, but they're in line because of politics, because of their skin color. They're next in line. Shit, they don't even got to get in line. They automatically cut the line, and the security go ahead, say let them in, so to speak. We live in that type of world. So guys like my boy Ticket TV, he said this. And if you haven't subbed to his channel, sub to his channel, which I know many of you already are. He said this. He said he owns his own shit. He said when I clock in when I want to clock in. That's what it's about. It's about building your own stuff, and building your own empire. That's what we need to do as black men. Stop relying on every single body. Uh, LDBC, we support each other. That's what we're supposed to do. We supposed to invest. We always say that we invest in black businesses and things of that nature, but it never it never happens. What do we end up doing? We end up hating on each other. We end up tearing each other down. Uh, Many of those people, they want to see that type of stuff. They want to see us uh, as a dog and pony show. They want to see us, laughing and clowning at us, as we sitting up in there destroying each other, on social media, whether even if it's basically killing each other and stuff. These people are laughing at us, and they actually are profiting off of this type of thing. And what's sad is that they're glorifying it. Now, look, me personally, I I don't mind two cats that's going at each other, um, within the same ethnicity. Two black men that are going at each other, that have a difference of opinion. There's nothing wrong with that, you know. Uh, what is wrong with it is if you can't move forward, if there is no end game. One of y'all has to be the bigger person, but I know it's not gonna happen. One of y'all has to be the bigger person and say, okay, hey, look, I fucked up, you know, but we have too much pride, enemy at the gates. We got too much pride. Brazil had lots of slaves. Absolutely. Absolutely. Listen, when you talk about Central America and South America, even in Mexico, enemy at the gates, there is still stuff like that taking place over there. There's still stuff like that taking place over there. I was looking at it's a show. Um, it's called To Catch a Smuggler. I don't know if you've seen it, but it comes on National Geographic. But it talks about people, uh, whether they smuggling in narcotics or whatever, or whether people are trying to get in terms of immigration and stuff. And these people are used by others just so they they can do whatever that needs to be done. They'll some people will prey on the innocent, and they'll say, look, you better do this, or else your life is at stake. You know what I'm saying? Enemy at the gate. And they go ahead and do it because they want to go ahead. They want to try to make it back. They just thinking about just making it back themselves, yet alone making it back to their family and for their family to see them. Such a like this. I'll give you a prime example. Like a mom, a guy might want want that lady to do something in terms of moving some products or something like that, and he'll say, look, if you don't do this just so that I can make my revenue, or do what's necessary to profit, then guess what? That's your life. I'll do this to you, and I'll do this to your loved ones around you and stuff like that. And see that right there, that's how people they get in that sort of thing. So a lot of that stuff is taking place. Now, I don't want people to get the wrong idea. I'm not sitting here glorifying it, uh, and I'm not trying to make that the whole topic. But what I think Enemy Gates is coming from, he's talking about slavery in general. We uh, when I think it was Kanye that said slavery was a choice or something like that. People went off on him and stuff. I didn't get no tirade or anything like that. It's just how you word things. And see, we can't live our life and think that, okay, hey, look, our mentality, we work for somebody, or we have to be up under somebody, or we have to listen to somebody telling us what to do constantly, and not reaping the benefits of 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 what what we're supposed to get in terms of reward. Uh, you might work for a company for like 20 years, and you have not moved up. You are no longer you're not even raising up on the totem pole. You ain't no manager. You're not you're not even no any type of shift leader. You barely even speak to your management. But you have some people out there that are their mentality is just to keep their head down and just go to work, and that's it, and keep things simple and things, and they're not trying to evolve. You got to have evolution, and we have to evolve with one another. We got to help each other evolve. Brazilians are white, but they brought slaves from Africa, just like U.S. Yeah, that's facts. That's facts. Enemy at the gates. That's facts. Western Europe and Eastern Europe at war, called the Cold War. The United States tried to colonize and enslave people in Panama, uh, Vietnam, Korea, Iraq, and Somalia. Yeah, man, enemy at the gates, man. You spitting some facts right there. Yeah, that's so true. And we're gonna make another video, talking about that sort of thing. I don't want to get too off topic. Yeah, Eastern Europe tried to stop America from slaving Africa during the Rhodesian conflict. Hey, I had a cousin that talked about that enemy at the gates. He talked about that. Um, because we were talking about gold, like investing in gold and things of that nature, and then we got on the subject of talking about Egyptian, and then we got on the subject of even talking about things like metaphysics and things of that nature. So I definitely know what you were talking about, and it was a lot of stuff that was going on. But I'm gonna save that for another video, because history is something that I do like. Uh, one guy that I like listening to, that's not only an NBA historian, but he knows about like history in general. I mean, any type of history, man. This guy, he's a savant at breaking it down. It's the homie Too Raw for TV, or Big Mike. Shout out to him. If you haven't sub to his channel, go listen to him. Enemy at the gates, man. That guy right there, he would definitely break it down. But I'm gonna do something in reference to talking about just history in general, and how it ties in to where we at, because everything not only evolves, and it's like it's 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 I should say a it's a circle. It's just a circle. It's just coming full circle again. It's one of those type of situations, and that's the world that we live in. Everything repeats itself, and if you don't think that it does, then you living up under a rock. You a dinosaur, real talk. Cuba and Russian uh, helped Africa fight against whites who were colonized Zimbabwe, also known as Rhodesia at the time. Yeah, yeah, and that's and see that I did some studying on like the Cuban Missile Crisis, and the situation with Khrushchev and Kennedy, and things of that nature, which I'll get into one day again. Because like I said, this channel is not just it's not just sports. We talk about a whole lot of stuff that needs to be talked about, that a lot of people they don't want to face the facts, and they don't want to face the music about, but it's reality, you know. But just getting back to to the topic at hand. Another thing that we need to get together, get right is your credit. You know, um, nobody likes to talk about it. Everybody likes to sit here and just they'll talk about it for a brief second, but it's not something that is of importance. No, it is important. Credit is getting so important to the point now where your job can depend on it. If you don't have sometimes if you don't have great credit, some jobs won't even hire you. If you don't have great credit, we already know the obvious. You won't be able to get in the house. You won't be able to get that car that you want. Uh, you won't be able to do a lot of things, and you'll be just missing out. And you'll have to be yeah. That's facts, enemy at the gate. You'll be shit out of luck. Enemy at the gate said credit is building and paying what you owe. Absolutely, absolutely. Listen, it's nothing wrong with having great credit. Some people look at great credit and you being a black man, they look at you as a square. Hell no, man. Listen, it's it's women out there that think that a man that has his affairs in order, that have good credit, that's building a business, that's able to invest, that has land, um, two, three jobs, things of that nature, that absolutely love a guy like that. Oh, you know why? Do you know why? Hmm. Because of stability, financial stability. A lot of idiots they get out here and they think that man, these women are gonna be salivating at the mouth when you sitting here and you in and out of jail. Uh, you can't keep a job for more than 6 months. Shoot, not even 6 months, maybe even 6 weeks. Shit, 6 days, yet alone 6 hours, 6 seconds. you know, you constantly mooching off of her. You're not independent. Look, and look, this like I said, like, this ain't nothing. This ain't a shot at nobody. It ain't bashing nobody. But look, if you gonna sit there, because I know plenty of guys that was in the streets that fell on hard times. They had to depend on a female or depend on somebody. But make no mistake about it, they was able to be resilient and bounce back and do what was necessary to get back to where they were and actually do things legal, which they had to swallow their pride because of the lifestyle that they were living. They felt that it was kind of slow leading an actual productive lifestyle, and they they just they just they couldn't handle working hourly, whether it was them working at in a call center or working fast food or doing something like that. They couldn't handle anything. So people got smart. What did they do? They went to go get a skill. They went to go get a trade. And when you go get a skill, you go get a trade or something. You'll find that if you punch in to online, those jobs are automatically going to be on demand. Right now, the one of the biggest demands is IT. You know, and you want to get into a field that that is a demand. I mean, get in there ASAP because then uh, pretty soon those jobs aren't going to be prevalent anymore. Because everybody done locked on. Everybody's already done filled that void, and it's not a demand anymore. But computers is going to continue to evolve. Computers evolve by the millisecond. In terms of technology, it's always something being developed. It's hard to get expensive things without credit because people don't pay up front. Instead, they pay in increments. Yeah, that's true. That is real true. Enemy at the lines, enemy at the gates. That's real true. You know, uh, if you have to, this is what you need to do. If if your credit ain't the best in the world, make it a goal to get it right. Don't sit there and be like, oh well, my credit shot. There's nothing that I can do. No, they have a lot of stuff out there. They have many programs that you can go and they can help you with getting your credit right. Uh, if you don't have credit, because believe it or not, there's a lot of people that don't have no credit at all. Bad credit or good credit is better than no credit at all. Bad credit is better than having no credit at all. When they say that sort of thing, that's real talk. That ain't no lie because they want to know, can you are you able to make payments and can you make them on time? They want to know, can we depend on this guy? Is he reliable, or are you just a liability? They want to know because when you pay, and let's say you get a loan and you pay on time, not only does that make you look good, that makes the company look good as well. If they have people that are constantly paying on time and stuff, that makes the company look good. And automatically, guess what? They're gonna put you in that category of, oh wow, he makes his payments all the time, things of that nature. And then that's when the offers come in. You get more and more offers, and they start coming through the mail. They start wanting, get you for credit cards, stuff like that, and you know, all types of offers and stuff. And that's when your credit is getting better. So you definitely gotta be able to get into that. And listen, enemy at the gates. A lot of people don't want to hear stuff like this, which is cool. Man, listen, I don't care if people don't want to hear about it, but I'm still gonna talk about it. I don't care what age you are. I don't care what race you are. I am talking to my fellas, my kinfolks, my bros out there, and that's who the primary target is. I got tunnel vision with this. But anybody else who's listening, you could take the advice too as well. But I'm just talking about my community. We need to get our stuff together. You know, we are leaders. We're not followers. And if you are a follower, you need to do everything that you can to get out of that beta mentality and go ahead and establish yourself as an alpha. It may be hard. The mentality of an alpha. It doesn't. Everybody is not groomed that way. Everybody's not built that way. But you definitely got to be a leader, and you definitely got to have your shit taken care of. You know, if it's not taken care of at the enemy at the gates, get it right. Don't lose hope though. You know you can't lose hope. That's our problem with us. You worry about you worried about, okay, what happened in the past. Every day you get up out of bed, every day you open up your eyes, every day you get ready, brush your teeth, wash your face, take shower. Every day you look in the mirror, you have another fighting chance. You have another fighting chance. So go ahead and take care of that sort of thing. It's gonna take a little bit of time. it's gonna take a little bit of time to get your stuff together. And in this instance, I just already talked to you about the affairs enemy at the gate. Now we're talking about credit. We got the hard part out of the way. That's another thing. Get the hard part out of the way, man. If you in debt, man, get out of debt. Don't sit there and be like, well, you know what, man, I ain't never getting out of debt. Man, I ain't never getting this. I ain't never getting that. You have that mentality, shoot, you never are. You never are. Shoot, I've struggled plenty of times, struggling with some things right now. But is that gonna stop me? Nah, hell nah. I'm gonna go even harder. I'm gonna go even harder. But that's just my mentality, and that's how you have to approach things. You definitely got to approach things that way. It's sort of like a regular person's cheat code to get rich on things. Listen, enemy at the gates. You can you could try to pull the okey doke on anything, but always remember, man, you're not getting away with it. You just getting by, and eventually you're gonna get those people that are doing that sort of thing. That are these get rich quick schemes. Uh, you know, cheating the system, doing underhanded stuff to your own people, uh, deception, lying, uh, stepping on people's code, being a shrewd businessman, just straight cutthroat. That stuff comes back to haunt you, and it'll be in a way where you least expect it. It'll be in a way when you were you thought that it was going to be one way, but then it turns out to be another way. These pyramid schemes that are built and things of that nature. You know, I at one time I had no problem with like pyramid schemes and stuff, but they don't last. They don't last. They don't. There's not going to be eventually something. There's going to be something that is gonna that's gonna make everything fall, and you have to be wary with that sort of thing. If something is telling you in the back of your mind you shouldn't be doing something, 9 times out of 10 you shouldn't be doing it. But hey, like I said again, enemy at the gates. That's our culture. We willing to take risks no matter what the outcome is, whether it's a reward or whether it's something negative that takes place. And some people are like, I'll live with the results. That's okay if let's say you're doing something like uh let's say you're single and you're investing in the stock market, or you're in the trading and stuff, and you're single though, and what are you going to do? You're going to take a loss. You might take a loss. That's fine. But what I'm talking about is if you taking money, you taking money, from a business, and you're you using that money for yourself, not paying that company back. You're using it to do other things to build to build what is necessary for you. That that's not going to pan out very well. That will not pan out very well for you at all. I've seen many lives destroyed because of that sort of thing. So create your own stuff and do it the right way. Do it the right way. Yeah, it might not sound all, cool and lit and, and that sort of thing. But just create your own shit and be independent. Stop depending on everybody. I literally spit Red Bull all over my desk while cleaning, listening. Got to get water and clean it. Man, how'd you do that, enemy? Man, how did you do that, man? How did you do that? How did you do that? But no, you see, that's what it's about, man. It's we gotta cut the cap and act like and stop acting like we owe everybody something, man, or I'm sorry about that. Like we gotta cut the cap and quit acting like everybody owes us something. I mean, they do owe us a lot, you know. We could talk about reparations all day long, you know, and we could say, yeah, we need reparations, things of that nature, all that, until we blue in the face, shit, till we check out of here. But it's not, it's not gonna make any difference if you're not if you're not doing something about it slowly but surely. We can't continue to sit up here and complain about the stuff that we're not getting when you're not making that effort to go out and go get it. And you know, as I close on the credit and talking about the credit, this is something that our people our people need to get together. Hold on one second, guys. Hold on. What's wrong, baby? Can you go walking? You know, another thing, another thing that we also have to do, and I've said it before, is establish your own. Uh, that's what people wanted me to do with this title. They wanted me to sit here and bash my kinfolks and stuff like that, because you got some people out here that just because they see one guy in a certain light, he might have been struggling. He's not. They don't think that he's capable of taking that necessary step to get better. Guess what they do? They leave him in the dust. They they continue to shit on that man, or even that female, because it's we the king is nothing without a queen on the on the chessboard. The queen is the most powerful piece, and lots of y'all don't even realize that. Now that doesn't mean that you don't stand on principle, or you don't stand 10 toes down, but you always have to realize that you have to come to the realization, and it's hard for a lot of alphas to do that. But one thing that you have to know is you have to have understanding. You have to have understanding, and a lot of these guys out here, they don't have no type of understanding of what it means to be solid and be grounded and be independent. You have to be independent, man. You have to have your own shit. Get your own shit. Uh, I was talking to Ticket. Ticket doing a car detail business, and he got many businesses and stuff. That's what you have to do. You don't just take that money. Don't take whatever money that you got and just put it away, or start splurging and spending that shit. Nah, you gotta really invest in yourself. Uh, and I'm gonna get on that in just a second. But establish your own shit. Uh, your business. You don't have to have a building. You don't have to have no building. Shit, you could just create a website. You could create your own website. You can have uh, a power washing business where spray washing, where uh, lawn cutting lawn. You could start off slow and eventually make it big. Is it going to take some grinding? Is it going to take some hard work? Absolutely. Nothing is easy out here, and the system doesn't want to make it easy. They don't. They're not trying to make it easy. What they're trying to do to us as black men, they're trying to make every obstacle extremely hard to where we want to give up. They're trying to build that wall to where the only option we have is to quit. And I'm sorry, guys, man. I do apologize. My mom just didn't raise no quitter. You know, um, I wasn't built to quit, and I'm not gonna instill that in my kids. You know, yesterday I took my sons to the I took my son and daughter to the trampoline park. Where they bounce around, and they you could go there and you could play dodgeball, do everything. Everybody knows what a trampoline park. If you don't know what a trampoline park is, go ahead, Google it. But yesterday, my son, he was in these little cushion blocks, and it's kind of like a pool, kind of, but except it's got nothing but cushion blocks. But it's fun, but it's tough to get out of there. And he wanted me to help him out, getting out and everything. My son, he's 2, but I let him, I let him struggle to get out of there until eventually he was able to get out on his own. And then I praised him and gave him his props. But the reason why I say that is these guys, as you climb up the ladder for success, you'll get a harsh, harsh, harsh reality that, yeah, they'll praise you for a little bit, but then they'll also try to do everything that they can to seek your demise. Um, when you at the top, it's not gonna get any easier, you know. And when I say building a business, when you build a business, uh, it's challenging, but I think that uh, doing that, you reap the better benefits because you working in a company. There's always there's always going to be a risk that they're gonna replace you pretty much. you you will always you will always be expendable. And see, when you have your own business, the only thing that you have to do is take responsibility to keep it afloat, to make sure that study and to make that business evolve, to make sure that you're doing everything that you can to uh, to make that business excel. What's the next best thing? What's gonna help us last for another 5 years, another 10 years? Granted, maybe 20 to 25 years. Shoot, possibly 50 years. And if you look at the Asians and you look at the Arabians, sure, you even look at the Mexicans, Hispanics, because I don't like just calling them, Mexicans. Hispanic, the whole Latino community. 9 times out of 10, when you see those guys, they come over here and they they start business. Now I know a lot of people they get on. They say this about. They'll say, that these people are coming over here. They're taking jobs from us and stuff like that. Look, I'm not mad at. Listen, that doesn't. If you are a hardworking individual and you're independent and uh, a mindset to be successful, that shouldn't bother you because all it is competition. It's really competition. And one thing that you're gonna know about me, and that I am gonna talk about in a later video, enemy at the gates, because and whoever else is listening, I love competition. I love competition, man. You know, a lot of people shy away from it, but that's what it is. Everything is competition. Competition can be friendly. Businesses can be friendly, but it's still competition. That doesn't mean that you have to hate the other person. That doesn't mean that you want that person to fail or do some sneaky underhanded stuff to make his stuff bad, or something like that. There's lots of CEOs that sit in a room together that business might be doing better than this business or something like that, and they're willing to take ideas from one another. It's sort of like two drug dealers or drug kingpins that are running things right now, and one guy has one control of one area of the hood, and the other one has the control of the other area of the hood. But uh, they they come to a common ground, and they're not trying to knock each other off. Well, you got to look at that like you know look at it like that in business. Don't try to make more enemies than friends. And that's how your business is gonna gonna excel. Like me, I get into I'm into the fitness industry, and I'll be coming out like with this channel. I'm gonna be coming out with a lot more. You know, uh, because one thing I'm not just a talker. I'm all about action. But like for instance, I work in the gym. I work in the gym, and I also have my fitness business on the side, personal training. And there would be customers that would come in there, but I was also promoting my business at the same time. And I was like, look, if you want to get out of here, if you want to, do something outside of here, and you want a more, hardcore workout, or something more consistent, things of that nature, and then you just give them a card. That's how you do things. Like people would call that a side hustle, but really, it if you look at it as just a side hustle, what what is it? It's really just gonna be on the side. No, you want to make that your main eventually. So I'm not gonna call it just a side hustle. I'm gonna call it, um, hustling, outside of there until I make that, the main entity, and eventually, uh, take away, take their who they have, and not even really take it away, because I don't even want to look at it like that, but just be able to have that other option in case they can't go to that particular gym, because a lot of people they want to work out, and a lot of people don't like working out in front of a lot of people. Some people just want to do something simple one on one and not have to deal with too many people because you have a lot of people that are introverts. You have people out there that are extremely shy that don't have they lack self-esteem. They lack the know-how. You have people that aren't motivated and they just want somebody to motivate them and to get them to do what's necessary to get their health right, which is another subject that I'm gonna talk about. Okay, computer science is good, but you need to know math pretty good. I was dyslexic when it came to numbers when I finished university level classes in high school, but finished college level in high school. Hey, that's facts, enemy at the gates. I feel where you're coming from, but listen, let me tell you something about math, okay? And I can speak on this, okay? I'm at liberty to speak on this. You know, um, math is something that I was real really good at it. I made if it wasn't for me just because this is what I used to do, enemy at the gates. I would go to school and I wouldn't take the notes or do any of that stuff that they wanted us to do. Taking the notes, uh, sitting there in class, because class was so boring. I mean, look, you'd be silly to think that all I went to school for was just for, athletics. I mean, for academics, and to go there and sit in front of the classroom and do all of that other stuff. No, I I went to school for three things. Well, four things. Let's count them off. I went to school for athletics, to go hoop, to go play ball. I went to school for lunch, and I went to school for the women, or well, in that time in high school for the girls. That's the only reason I went to school. Other than that, I hated going to class, but I would do good when I actually went in there. And when it came to math, I would, you know, I would go in there and let's say, how they have you turn in your homework. They make you turn in your homework and you have to do these different assignments and stuff like that. Well, I would just go there, get the assignments and stuff and you know, wouldn't turn them in, but when I would take a test, I would make like 95s and hundreds and all this other stuff. And they started to get, curious. So I started going to class, but I would act a fool in class. I would act, silly and stupid. Not fighting and nothing like that, but just being basically the class clown, doing little stupid stuff. And I would get kicked out of class, and I stopped doing it after a while because I started getting, I would get in trouble with my coach, and I would have to run and stuff, and that led me to ultimately, uh, one year I wasn't able to play ball and stuff. But the reason why I say about math is because I had to pipe down and get focused one time, and I ended up, somebody told me, have you ever considered, you know, um, being a mathematician or some silly shit like that, and I was like, nah, I just I just do it because it has to get done. Do I love doing it, sitting there with numbers and stuff like that? To a certain degree, I do, and to a certain degree, I don't. Um, you want to exercise your mind though, and math is something that'll definitely exercise your exercise your mind. especially when you consider college algebra or trigonometry, calculus. Even now, when you talk about computers, yeah, you know you got to do your math and stuff, but I mean, what industry is there where you don't have to do some sort of thinking? Where you have to utilize your mind, and a lot of people don't want to have to utilize their mind. They don't want to have to think. Some people don't want to think up under pressure, and believe it or not, that's great exercise for your brain. Uh, I I look at like elderly people that you know are in their their 50s, 60s, 70s. I should just say 60s and 70s or even 80s that go back to school and try to learn. You know, when you younger, you might look at that and you be like, man, why are they going back to school? But you won't know that until you actually get to that age, and you know that at any age you could learn anything. At any age you could learn anything. I'm not saying that when it comes to athletics, you know, uh, a lady or a guy that's like in their 70s, they gonna automatically be skying over people, dunking the ball or jumping real high. That's not what I'm saying. But in terms of your mind, as long as you keep exercising it, listen, you can keep afloat. That's what it's about. Keeping up, keep not keeping up with the Joneses, because nobody is asking you to do what that next man does. Nobody is asking you to do what that next man does. They're not asking you to sit there and make a Facebook page just because that guy got a Facebook page, or just because that guy got an IG, or just because that one got a TikTok, or just because that other guy uh, got a Twitch, or whatever social media platform that you desire. You don't need to be exactly like them, but what you can do is do something that you like and that makes you feel comfortable, and stay in that lane. Don't try to get into a lane. Don't listen. Don't try to go all the way. Like in traffic. Don't try to go from all the way to the right lane and get in the goddamn uh, left lane and think that you're going to automatically not get ran over if you're going at that same speed that you was in the right lane, because you're going to end up uh, causing an accident. And that's because you weren't ready. Uh, you weren't quite prepared. And see, that's how it is with math. With math is repetition. Enemy at the gates. Yeah, there's a lot of people like I forget that movie. I forget that movie, man. It was it's a Hispanic cat. He played in what was that movie, man? He played in American Me. Um and he played in I think he was in Blood In Blood Out, and then he was also in what other movie was he in? He was in he's in that show uh the Mayans, and it's a motorcycle gang show. It's kind of like Sons of Anarchy. Well, this guy, it's an old movie, and what this guy did is he taught calculus to these students, and tried to teach them, and these guys all needed to graduate, and uh, if they didn't pass and pass the class, guess what? They wouldn't have been able to graduate. And at first the school thought it was damn near impossible, for him to teach these type of student teach these type of students this level of math. And what he ended up doing is he ended up teaching them math, and uh, he ended up leading them all to get to graduate and take that next step. What's up, Hitman? I see you in the building. You know, I forgot I forgot what the what the movie name was, but he ended up doing that. What's up, South? I see you in here. I'm gonna let you chop in just a second.
Okay.
But but
Now what's
see,
going on?
yeah, chilling, man. Just we just talking about what I don't know if you've been listening, but what we're talking about, man, is our kinfolks, what we need to do, to stay afloat and to get better within ourselves, especially, our black men, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of
Yeah.
our stuff together, I covered getting your affairs in order. I covered credit. Now I was talking about, independence, being independent, having stuff independent, establishing your own business, um,
Hmm.
and not even really your own business, just making sure that you set a foundation on your own and stop having to
I've been,
rely on everybody. That's what I'm on right now. But I was
I,
talking to enemy at the gates. We were talking about math, but
yeah. I
go
was
ahead,
pretty
man.
good at
You
math
could say
myself.
anything that you would like, man. Anything that you know, anything, any
No, I
experiences that
want
you
to.
have, because I
I want.
definitely done had chopped it up with you before. And if you haven't heard South talk, my homie right now on Goat's channel. Check this brother out. You got a page, bro?
Nah, nah, I don't got a page.
Man, listen, motherfucker. Your ass need to have a page. God damn it! Like
I
hey,
don't.
that
This is
motherfucker.
the
Hey,
thing
look,
about me. I
hey,
don't think I'm very.
hey, I'll put it
Uh,
like this. Like if I say, okay, hey, look, you walk in, you know how you walk into a church and everybody just stands up. Hey, this that type of nigga, because the way that you put that stuff into perspective about the game that we were talking. I think we were talking about a whole lot of things, but we talked about the Lakers and everything. Man, you was on point. But man, I want to hear what you got to say in reference to this. We're not really talking about
I want
sports
to stay
here.
on point. Yeah,
Yeah,
I just don't talk about sports, but I've been listening to you talk because I for about 30 minutes, and it's
right.
very important. And even business, business. When you say man need about to be about that business, that ain't necessarily saying they just got to be business owners. I mean, business is a general term for you need to have your stuff in order anyway. You know, and yeah, I've been listening to you, and I just want to come on and just kind of build with you because sometimes when somebody you just kind of need somebody to go back and forth and then learn we sharpen each other. I'm 36 years old, man. I've been a business owner for what 7 8 years, and one thing I realized about being a business owner, it's not something for everybody. You know what I mean? It's not something for everybody, but at the same time, us as black men, we still need to be about our business. That don't only mean we gotta be business owners. We gotta have our priorities in order and understand, what's really valuable. That's one of the biggest things we have a problem with, understanding what's really valuable. You know what I mean? Whether it's what you should invest most of your time in, your money. Because when you start talking about being about your business, what are you investing your time and your money in? You know, and where can I go with that? I mean, I know you were talking about the mathematics situation. I was a pretty good guy
Yeah,
at math.
yeah.
Um,
Like I ain't mean to cut. I ain't mean to cut in.
now you good.
South. But let me say this. When I was in the middle of telling enemy at the gates, and shout out to enemy at the gates, I was telling him that when it comes to see people. I started talking about IT and cybersecurity and stuff, and he said, well, if you look at the comments, he said, you got to be real decent in math and stuff. But see, when it came to math, uh, I was good at it, but I just wouldn't go to class. But then I would take a test, South, and then end up, making 100 or making a 95 and stuff. But I would never do the homework. I'd never do the assignments, and I was just saying that I would just go to school. And look, some
Yeah.
people went to school for the academics. Nigga, I went to school just to hoop, eat lunch, and mess with the girls. Nigga, that's all I did. And sometimes I was stupid. And so when I was close to not graduating, it wasn't because I couldn't do the work. It would just be so damn boring and stuff. But then when I piped down and got focused and actually did my math and things
Yeah.
of that nature, I actually did pretty good. And one of the teachers said, "Wow, this is really great. Had you ever considered, going into math, teaching or something like that?" And I looked at that lady. I said, "Hell no!" I just said, "Man, I'm just doing this stuff so I can hurry up and graduate." But see, I was just telling him, Sal, that math is all it is just repetition. Because what I would do, look, my mom, she used to, if I would fuck up, Sal, man, she would sit there and make me write or make me do this or make me do that until I got that shit right. And if that shit was not right, nigga, I had to do that shit over and over and over. It's sort of like when I don't know how it was in your household, but if you didn't do the motherfucking dishes and shit, nigga, you was gonna
Oh,
get your ass whooped at the middle of the night. I don't give a fuck if it was like 2, 3 in the goddamn morning. Nigga, you getting splashed with cold water and you getting your motherfucking my mom would get in your shit. You hear me? And so that's the type of shit that I got on. So it was just like, damn, I got to get my shit together. And that's the type of mentality that I have. But math was just repetition to me, and that's what I was telling enemy at the gate. But go ahead, Sal. Sorry about that,
yeah.
bro. Go ahead. You got it, Jen.
I think. I mean, I was one of the kids. I was naturally good at math to where I didn't really have to. I didn't really have to like one of the first major things you learn because addition and subtraction is easy. But one of the main thing that let me know that I was good at math is how I took on multiple. I kind of learned multiplication easily. I didn't have to study it a lot to get the multiplication down. And then when I was in what was that elementary, about what was that second, third grade, you
Right,
know, we had multiplication battles where they had everybody lined up and they keep giving people the most difficult multiplication problems.
right, right,
And then
right. Kind of
I
like the
feel like
spelling bee
person
and
that,
shit.
huh? And it wasn't something I studied for a long time.
Right,
You know what I'm saying? Multiplication. So I think math. I mean, math. I think, in my opinion, is people have a gift for math. You know what I mean? And
right,
I think math can be people can be good at math too as well. But me, I think I had a gift for mathematics, and I could I could use the other side of my brain too because I could draw.
right,
I could draw. You know, so I mean, I don't have no degrees or nothing like that or anything, but I went to school. I done probably a semester of college. I took calculus. Never really studied for it, other than other than knowing the formulas, because it's really a lot. When you start getting into calculus, it's about remembering how to work certain formulas. You know what I mean?
right,
That's the big transition. And then to me, math is probably one of the most objective things you can deal with. Your mind can go through because unless you're dealing with physics, physics was like one of the most gruesome things I ever done because physics is not just objective; it's subjective too. I don't know if you ever took physics, but physics
yeah.
is
I took
it's math mixed
I
with
took
a whole
physics
bunch of
and I took statistics.
probabilities, huh?
My bad, man. I was saying I took physics and I took statistics.
Yes. And see, oh, I was a monster in statistics when I was little. I was just always enamored with statistics. I could take Not. I'm just talking about not statistics, but percentages. Don't let me get it
Yeah,
misconstrued.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But
The only,
I mean, you and a lot of that stuff though. I'm sorry,
with
South
percentages.
man, but a lot of that stuff it does involve percentages. More so when you talk about statistics and stuff because you had to in order for you to get your master's you had to take a high level of math and they unfortunately they I had to be stuck with statistics. I thought like man I was like God damn man man ain't I done with math you stop I was like man fuck I
The,
don't take this shit no more man you know what I'm saying but I had to go ahead and do it and stuff and motherfuckers was online asking me, well, have you ever considered, doing it? I'm like, why do y'all motherfuckers keep asking me? Listen, South,
they used to
like
do
how
that to
how
me in
we grew
art.
up and
They
shit.
used
I
to do
gather,
that to me in
you
art.
said it come natural, nigga. Man, you sometimes you didn't have no time for a lot of stuff, man. You had to worry about, okay, well, damn, I gotta. It's just me and my mom. I gotta make sure, you know what I'm saying. I get in the house at night because somebody could, it could be a burglary happen or something like that. So it was like we had to pick up stuff really, 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 really fast and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And that was like my mentality and stuff and stuff. So I really understand what you're saying. You did better with multiplication than you did the simple stuff. That
Yeah, but
multiplication considered at
yeah,
that age was considered hard, but you was able to master that shit early.
yeah. And I
Okay, go
when
ahead, though, brother.
when I could do equations in my head, I still do it now.
Salute to you, Jacob Jennings. I hope everything going good with you too. Salute to Jacob Jennings in the building.
But yeah, I was somebody that could do quadratic equations in my head, all that. The only time I really had issues with math was when not the fact that I had issues with math. It's like when I was in school, as I got toward middle school and stuff like that, I needed glasses, so I'd be in class and I couldn't see. I couldn't see, but I didn't want to wear glasses. Being a kid, you don't want to wear no glasses. So I never had glasses while I was in high school. So I was either squinting and I get stuff wrong because I have the wrong numbers or I have stuff wrong because I'm not seeing it right. Polo, can you give me 1 second? Because I got some people picking up something in front of my house. All
No,
right?
no, it's all right.
I
I'll
got
just
some picking
continue
up some
on.
junk.
And
I'll be
look,
right back with you. Just give me a couple of minutes.
it's all good. It's all right. And look, and you see what we have to understand is that math and education and things of that nature, you don't have to go to school just to learn everything. You learn everything really by experience. See, people think that you got to have all these degrees on your wall and you gotta be at this Ivy League school in order to learn it. Man, you could go to just a simple school and really don't even need to go to school at all. You can just pick up stuff just by your know-how and your skill and be able to be successful. And that leads me to my next point, man. Man, get your health together. My dog Hitman X, man. I got to give him credit. Every time I talk to him, either him or Goat, they or the homie LB, they talking about going to the gym. Hey, I'm about to hit the gym up. I'm about to hit the gym up. I'm about to hit the gym up. Man, get your health right and get your nutrition right. You know what I'm saying? What you putting into your body is just as important. We got to stop acting like you know we're invincible when it comes to high blood pressure, when it comes to strokes, when it comes to heart disease, when it comes to all these different diseases that's out there, diabetes, whatever. Man, go to the fucking doctor. Go get yourself checked out. Go go make sure that you're doing everything you can to be the best version of yourself. Uh, part of part of being the best version of yourself is taking care of your health, man. I mean, from the inside and out. Everybody thinks that, oh yeah, I gotta go get a fresh cut. Gotta get the fly the fly shoes. Which I mean, I'm not mad at you for that. Yes, you want to look nice, but motherfucker, if you got shit going on inside of your system and stuff, and your liver is failing, your heart is fucked up. You know what I'm saying? You putting all this stuff into your body and shit, and they tell you, okay, well, you got this going on, and then that takes that wake up call. Then that's your chance and your opportunity to get right. But if they tell you and they give you a wake up call and they tell you, okay, hey, look, and I'm talking about my black men, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about my brothers, my kinfolks. Like you go into the doctor, you go into a clinic or something like that, and they tell you, okay, hey, well, this is going on and stuff, and you're not listening to them, and then next thing you know, something end up happening to you later on down the line, and what do they say? Well, he died of natural causes or something. Man, we gotta cut that shit out. That's not the reason that you passed away. The reason why you passed away is because you weren't taking care of your health. You had some shit that they might have said that you had or whatever, but you didn't get that shit rectified or whatever, and you didn't take control of it, and you just let that shit linger. And once you let that shit linger, then you let everybody else take care of your bullshit. So then there becomes an even bigger problem because earlier I said get your affairs in order. So you don't have your affairs in order. You ain't got your credit right, and you don't you're not independent. You don't have nothing set up for yourself. You don't have any type of business like my boy South just said. You don't have to have a building to have a business. You don't have to be a business owner or anything like that. You could just handle your business. It is your business. And then now your health ain't together. So people got to figure out, okay, why this motherfucker did not have uh have his shit together in any type of those realms right there, in any type of those categories. And those are things that we definitely got to get together as black men, or we gonna continue to get shitted on and get talked about. It's just like in these reality shows that they make. All these reality shows that they make about us, the love and hip hops and the Real Housewives of Atlanta and Love and Love and Marriage Alabama or Love and Marriage Huntsville and all these different reality shows and stuff like that. What do you see? You see a lot of you know uh, bad energy on those reality shows, and the bad energy is destroying is the destruction of the black male. They put us on a platform for us to be destroyed, if that makes any sense. They sit up there. They Let's talk about black women for a sec. All they do is they put the stereotype that all black women are can be strippers, have a whole bunch of babies popped out with different baby daddies. Um, they sit up there and they glorify black women fighting each other as well as black men. They sit up there and glorify our black women being not intelligent. They do that as well as the men. They always talking about how we did. We always get an early grave. We always in jail. We always are either drug dealers or we just good for being athletic. Other than that, we can't do the same things as other ethnicities or other cultures can, which that is really not the case. Because Black Wall Street, if you know your history and everything, man, we were the ones that set the tone for that. We were doctors, we were lawyers, judges, uh, tax collectors, uh, firemen, everything that you can name, business owners. Uh, we had our own time with running things until guess what? it was destroyed. They didn't want us to read. They didn't want us to write because they knew how uh how high our intellect was. And just because you ain't got no uh you don't make the greatest grades in school, or you didn't get no college degree or something like that, that don't mean shit. That don't mean shit. Your intellect is your hard work. Your intellect is your diligence. Your intellect is having the common sense and the decency enough to be prompt at work. Your intellect is being a leader. It's not about the X's and O's and fundamentals of bullshit. I mean, that's a great thing to have. But listen, listen, man. I knew a girl one time, man. She was smart as fuck, smart as hell, and she just so happened to come to my house because everybody just kept it real. She like, wow, I like being here. It's funny. We like to laugh. We like to joke and everything like that. Because it wasn't in the best part of town and none of that. But she lived in a really a great area. A sister and everything. But then like when a few of my friends that came over and they came in the garage and they were smoking, and they were drinking and everything. One of them brought a pit and all this other stuff, and they were like, "Oh wow," her name was Erica. She was like, "Oh wow," she came over here and all this other stuff. She immediately went back into the house, and I had to pull her back out. And I'm like, "What's wrong with you?" and everything like that. And she was like, kind of a little bit, paranoid about what was fitting to happen and all this other stuff. I'm like, "Nah, I know these guys. I grew up with these guys and stuff like that." You know what I'm saying? I'm like, my mom know these motherfuckers since they was babies. You know what I'm saying? So what did you tripping on or anything like that? She was like, okay, okay, and all this other stuff. But see, the reason why I bring up that story is because you could be smart as fuck, but if you don't have street smarts and you don't have common sense smart, man, let's say a motherfucker is gonna come up to the side of your car, Sal. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we could sit up there and we could train our kids to do good in school, the ABCs, the one, two, threes, and stuff like that. No, you better be teaching your kids how to defend themselves. You better be
Yeah.
teaching your kids how to react under pressure. You better be teaching your kids how to do things when you get in a jam or somebody trying to do something to you and try to cause harm to you or something like that. You better think about that when they're trying to do that to you from an intellectual standpoint too. Trying to
Yeah.
box you in and make you feel like you the one that's the oddball out and stuff like that. When really what you say is really correct. You got to train. You have to mentally be a warrior, and you got to train the people around you to be a warrior. And that's more intelligent than anything out here. So who gives a
Yeah.
fuck how articulate you are? Who gives a fuck if you know uh, the history of anything? No, we live in the now. We live in the now, and what are you going to do?
Yeah.
You being the man of
It's,
your house, you lay the foundation for that. If you're
yeah.
not teaching your kids nothing, if you're not instilling anything, and even if you don't have kids, I mean, you got nieces, nephews, you got people around you, got family, you got a circle. They better feed off of your energy because I'm trying to tell you, this world is changing, Sal.
Yeah.
This world is
Let me
changing.
let me say this. And a lump sum, pretty much what you're saying is us as people, we got to have survival skills. We got to have real survival skills. And I think one of the biggest deficiency our people have in America is one of the survival skills that we seem to lost through history is the prospect of being tribal, where we trust each other. Just like, for instance, man, like I told you, I'm a business owner, right?
Right.
But to be honest with you, my best relationships in business are not even with black people. And that's not
That's fact.
intentionally.
That's
That's not
fact.
even intentional. If I had to trust on being in business with some of my people right now, I wouldn't be in business. And it's sad. I hate to say that, but it's just a mere fact. It's just like right now. I had two black landscapers work on my yard, and now I just bought the equipment to do it myself because we don't we don't value each other. We don't value each other, whether it's business owner to, I mean, whether it's consumer to business owner or business owner consumer. You get what I'm saying? So,
Absolutely.
these are actually people that these are actually self-employed black people that I pay up front. I pay people up front just to see what type of person you are, just to see if you finish the job. Two of
Absolutely.
them burn, and it's like, man, it's very deflating, man. And it's like, when are we gonna love self first? When are we gonna respect our own people? That's a part. That's that's one of the main issues we deal with in America, where we've either been taught or we bought into this prospect of not of believing we don't need each other or we don't have to respect each other to either keep somebody in business or to do right by somebody in business or to stick together. Even if we in business, stick together. You know what I mean? And it's very deflating when just to think about a lot of different stuff. And the people right now that I'm in business that's keeping me in business is not even my people.
Right. And
And I
you
have,
bring up you
huh?
bring up a good point, South. I didn't mean it.
No, go
I
ahead.
gotta say something, and then I'll let you go. I'm gonna piggyback off of this. See, a lot of we got to get up out of this mentality just because we support a black business. Oh, it just has to be black if coming to our business to consume our product, stuff like that. Because you got a lot of people that feel some type of way if, oh well, man, I don't want to sell to this person, man. They not black. Nah, You know what I'm saying? Because you know what that does, man. That brings that builds a camaraderie. You might
That's
listen.
anti. Hold on. Let me just say this, and I'm gonna let you rock back out. That's actually anti your own supremacy, because people think this white supremacy, black supremacy is such flagrant words. I don't even look at it like that. Being supreme is you being able to create camaraderie and patronize people outside of your community and bring money into your community. This gets practice on us day in, day out. I live in Atlanta. I live in Atlanta. About 15 minutes where I'm about to go get me a haircut later on. It's nothing. It's a whole strip in a small city where out of in the suburbs of Atlanta called Latonia, where downtown is nothing but black business owners in this renting from this shopping center. Barbers, restaurant owners, retailers, all black, but it's owned by a Chinese. You see what I'm saying? Those are the fundamental problems we deal with right there. We we don't understand we don't understand what that goes back to survival. How do you survive when somebody else has can make the discretion to stop you from either making money or doing certain things or even living in certain places? They dictate that, and we brush that over. It's like America has taught us, sells us the things that are not valuable to us over and over again. It sells it to us, but they don't have to do this with other cultures of people because they have identity. They know, when Chinese people and different people from other countries, even Nigerian people in different from Africa in different places, when they come over here, they naturally can distinguish what they need to do to go in survival mode. But I think because us whether you want to say Aboriginals or descendants for Africa, I think our blood, many of our bloodlines soak through both of those. We've had blood from both sides, right? And at the end of the day, it's like the generations that's been here, we have been sold this. We've been indoctrinated into this concept of consumerism, meaning you always used to consuming in some way, whether it's directly or indirectly, but you never look at the prospect of owning and as a collective. Somebody just came in.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
you all right, man. Go ahead, Sal. Keep cooking, man. You all right? Go ahead, man. Go
I'm
ahead.
saying you.
I'm gonna
And that's,
hold on one second before you finish out. Salute to you, Big Who. Man, Big Who, man, you gotta stop, man. You keep on running off, man, every time, man. Hey, look, I know the clip. I know, I know the clips, man. You feeling some type of way, man. But come on now, and let me read some of these comments real quick too, and I'm gonna continue. Let Sal cook. Yuri said, Mr. Olo. I think you meant Mr. Polo. Salute, old General. Man, motherfucker, I'm not old, motherfucker. Goddamn shit. Stop putting age on me and shit. Um, top of the morning. All facts I learned from a young age. Yeah, you said that, Big Who. Definitely so. Yeah, wow. Great, Mr. Wisdom Sixer. Look, man, Yuri, I don't know what fan your ass is, but listen, you keep up bringing the sixes. I think you bring that up, you know what I'm saying, just to take a shot at me. And then, motherfucker, I know what you're doing. uh, Unity and trust back. Wait, what? I see you in here. I see you in here, man. You know what I'm saying? You can hop in here too. Um, Mr. Dodo Six is talking facts and wisdom. Yeah, Yuri, thank you, man. I appreciate that, man. It's all about the wisdom and the facts. You got to belay that, man. You got to definitely help our brothers out. I can't use my letters Dolo. My keyboard is not working. Hey, that's on you, man. Get your shit together, man. I have substitute letters Dolo. Okay. T Price, man. T Price is in here. I told T Price, and shout out to T Price, man. That's my guy. Hey, if you're not sub to his channel, which I know many of you are, go sub to his channel. He definitely is on the same level as me, guys like Ticket, LB, True Raw, my guy right here, South, Big Who. They definitely think on the same level playing field. You know what I'm saying, in terms of what we see right now, in terms of the game, in terms of life. Shout out to him and Notable Boy Sports too as well. These guys in the LDBC, man, we think on a whole nother level playing field. You hear South talking, man. You hear him, man. Pick that shit up and utilize that motherfucker, man. Don't care if you 30 or 40 or 50 or any of
I,
that other shit. You know what I'm saying? Just apply that shit. And like Yuri was saying, you got to take that wisdom. I take wisdom from everybody. That's why we all over here. I'm gonna pick your
I,
motherfucking brain. Go ahead and continue to cook, Sal.
yeah, I wanna really share this part of wisdom just for people to individually look at themselves, because the big difference between us here in America and other people is they normally have a solid roadmap of what it is to be, even just as man, what it is to be productive, be successful in society. Everybody not gonna be no business owner, and that's something I had to understand. That's something I had to understand from the prospect that I can't sell, I can't push everybody to be on their own business. Everybody's not wired to be like that. But what other cultures of people understand, okay, I might not become a business owner, but I know I need to invest in something so that I can have a better future. But see, with us, we only consume things. We don't really invest in stuff. We deal with stuff that has very little short term value and no long term value for us
And
moving
no
forward.
bearing on anything.
Yeah, especially is to be in your twenties. To be in your twenties now, man. pretty much every man in their 20s is young, don't know what they really want to do. But if you in your 20s and you got a really good idea of what you want to do, start building on it. And if you can find somebody that's in that career path or something, reach out to them. You know what I mean? Try to get as much information as you can, you know, and investing. You have to invest in something. You have to invest in something, your time and your money, not just money. Because I think people think investments is only money. You got to invest your time. You can't invest all your time into just out here chasing chicks and all that. Yeah, you got to do that. You're a man, you want to do that. But you can be so far ahead of the game if you can cut that to a minimum and really focus on building for your future. Because we're living in times where a lot of things are changing. A lot of the information our mothers gave us, it is not applicable to now. Just like with Polo talking about college. College is important. Don't get me wrong. Education is important, but but every every curriculum in college is not as valuable as it was 20, 30 years ago. I can tell you that right now just from my business. I can hire people from anywhere that have the same education, that speak multiple language. This is a different world we living in. You know what I mean? And anybody want to chime in on that?
Go ahead, Big Who. I'm gonna say this though. You exactly on point, and that's what I was saying. Listen, I take street smarts over book smarts any day. I'm gonna tell you again, and people think when I'm talking about street smart, they think I'm automatically, talking about drug dealing or talking about, no. I'm talking
Now I'm
about
gonna help you
just
out,
the
Polo.
way, that you move in general. Like I'll give you a prime example. South was talking about ATL. See what I don't know if anybody has been to ATL. I've been to ATL. I've been to shout out to Georgia too, or the whole Georgia. I say Augusta. We know what ATL usually calls Augusta, but I got love from both of them. Savannah, Decatur. You know what I'm saying? Douglasville, all that. Listen, when you go to Atlanta, it is so beautiful, and not just. I'm not talking about like the scenery. Yeah, that's all right, but I'm talking about what South is talking about. The businesses that are set
I'm
up
talking about
with African
black business
Americans.
owners.
They got black cops. Even at the airport, man. You know what I'm saying? I was like, damn, what the fuck is this? This soul plane out in this motherfucker one time when I went I went to the airport out of that bitch. But it was good because it was like, damn, I feel at home in this motherfucker. But you have very successful people out there that came from the struggle. Some people didn't come from the struggle. Some people did, and some
And
people
people
was
come here to
able
create.
to go ahead and climb and creep and crawl and go ahead and finally make it to that top. And so you don't need to go to college like South said, man. You could just be a normal dude, get your high school diploma, man, and just go ahead and get a skill or a trade or
But,
take that
but
route. Or, man, you really don't even
Polo,
need to do neither. Just your
Polo,
grind and your hard work and establish your own entity. So it
but
really don't matter.
Polo, Polo, I just wanted to add this.
Salute to
You
you,
could
Lou Ryder. Yuri said, Mr. South, great advice for the youngins like me. Yuri, you act like you, man. How old are you, Yuri? I think Yuri, what he got to be under 20 the way you talking. Here come my
Polo, let
brother
me just
Chief
say
Price.
this.
Go ahead, man. You can hop in. All right, Big Who, go ahead. Say what you got to say, Big Who.
Hey, can you
Yeah,
hear
to
me?
chime in to what y'all was talking about when
Salute
y'all
to you,
first,
Chief Price.
when I first jumped in, like, yeah, those are all facts. You know what I'm saying? Wisdom, street smart. Because when I was coming up, before I even went to school, I knew my ABCs, I knew my one, two, threes, I knew how to count, I knew my address, I knew all that shit. And that just was coming up around my grandparents and the street niggas that I was around, you know what I'm saying? I didn't learn vowels at school, nigga. I learned vowels from Wheel of Fortune,
Hey, can
watching
y'all
shit
hear me?
like that. and just, you know what I'm
Yeah, that
saying, being
motherfucker was
around
up in there
hustlers
watching
out here.
Jeopardy and shit.
And I learned how to count, you know what I'm saying, watching motherfuckers play dice and shit like that. That's how I learned how to count. I already knew how to count and all that shit before I ever went to school.
That motherfucker, Big Who was up in there watching Double Dare, y'all.
Yeah, can y'all hear
That
me?
motherfucker was up in there watching. You can't do that on television, watching Nickelodeon and shit, learning shit. That's how I
Right.
learned that shit.
Right. Shit like that. Shit like that. That's, you know what I'm saying? But it ain't like that in these days. Now they got this weird shit on TV trying to teach our kids how to be fucking gay.
Where's
Like
my
real
see and
shit.
say?
I know
Where's my
exactly,
see and
man.
say?
Real
Where
shit,
about my
bro. I'm
see
like,
and
what the
say?
fuck? I'm like, man, that's why you gotta watch what your kids watch nowadays and shit, cause this
Yeah,
shit is
yeah,
real
nigga.
freaky.
I like, damn, man. I wish I grew up around it, that nigga. I like, damn, nigga. It was hard to find porn and shit back in the day, nigga. Like,
Man. Now you can find that
now,
shit
nigga, you
with a
damn near,
click of
nigga.
a
You go
link.
on Prime Video, nigga. They got fucking what's that? Beyond the Pole, nigga. That's about
Man.
strippers, nigga. Titties and ass all in that
Hey,
bitch.
y'all
But
can hear
anyway,
me?
go ahead, man.
Yeah,
Hey,
man.
yo,
This is a cold generation now, man. So yeah. But that's all I had to say. Y'all can go ahead and cook. I'm listening. I'm soaking up all the wisdom from y'all too, though.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Nigga,
sir.
what you
Let me
talking about?
chime
Go ahead.
in.
You older than me, nigga.
Right, right. Don't you know that?
You better
Hey,
get the fuck
but
out of
what?
here, nigga. You know, nigga, my nigga Big Who, man. He been coming on since the beginning and shit. Brother T Price and shit. So when I talk to Big Who, man, that's my brother and shit. But nah, that's real facts though, Big Who. Go ahead, T Price, man. You got the flow, man.
Hell yeah. Salute, brothers. Good morning. No matter what coast, whatever. I know it's still
Salute
morning
to
in the
you,
West
man.
Coast. Hey, I'm just gonna say this. Um, when it comes to learning and everything like that, now I'm so grateful. Now that when you're older, you don't understand um why your parents didn't want you to do certain things in your life. Try to keep you away from certain things. You know what I mean? And that's one thing I love about my life is that yeah, I learned the hard way, but the streets. I rather have street smarts than book smart. I got book smarts too. But I always say this: if you're a church boy or a church woman, street and you book smart, man, you trilogy. Basically, you like the Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost. But at the same time, it's more in the mindset. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people don't understand about resources. I mean, when I was in school, they was teaching us. There was this lady used to come to the church was telling us how to apply for grants and stuff for free to the government. They wasn't teaching all that stuff to school. I didn't want to go to school. I went and got me a trade. Now one, but I got me a couple of them. You know what I mean? And then since I got older, I learned how to hang around the right people. You know what I mean? Hang around people that can get me into that can open up doors for me and anybody else. You know what I mean? It's all about learning. Nowadays, these kids don't want to learn anything
oh,
nowadays. They just don't want to learn anything. They got everything in their hand, in their book, in that tablet, but they don't know nothing about them old school books where every book you had about 50 pounds. Every book
but,
back in high school. That's how it was with me. Boy, that's why I got a
but
bad back now because all them darn school books I carry. But at the same time, it prepared me for the real world.
Yeah,
I,
T Price, T
hold,
Price. I had to
hey, can
carry
y'all
my
hear
own
me?
book too.
I
Yes,
think
sir.
I
Good
had to
part.
switch phones. I had to switch phones because my other phone, I don't know what happened. Y'all can hear me.
Oh,
Okay,
But,
yeah,
go
you
ahead, T
good?
Price. You
but
got it, bro.
Yeah, teach
let me just say this.
and
Hold on, T Price. Let me just say one thing.
go ahead, bro.
What y'all don't, I want the young cats and everybody out here. What if you go research a lot of these Fortune 500 CEOs, they don't have all these degrees. Because the key is not all these getting all these degrees and working for somebody. These people hustled and grind. Most people that had MBAs and all that, they don't even have businesses. They go work for people. The people that's the CEOs, the Bill Gates, the Bezos, all that, these people hustled. They had street survival. They just don't sell y'all that. You have to dig deep into their history. These people hustled. They had street survival skills. Us as black people might not be able to correlate the difference because when we talk about street, most of us might look at it differently. But when you dig into these CEOs, they had street survival skills and they sacrificed. But go
Facts.
ahead and cook, brother.
Go ahead, T Price, and then after T Price, salute to you, Young Sterling Young in the building. Another young lion. Uh, y'all go ahead and cook, man, in that order.
Oh yeah, I'm done, man. I want to hear S Young. I like hearing from the young ones.
Oh,
You
Oh,
got it, T Price.
oh,
what
you
what up, slow everybody? What up?
it's good. But I mean, I can continue a little bit if you want me to. I didn't want to cut you off,
Okay,
but I
yeah,
got cut off.
let me let Young chime in, and then after that, all y'all, all of y'all can converse because we got enough people
Yeah,
in here now where
yeah. I
we can
just said something because
really
everybody got
disagree, do whatever,
quiet.
all that
Mm.
shit, get into some sink and swim type shit. Go ahead, Young. All of y'all can converse because we got enough people
Yeah,
in here now where
yeah. I
we can
just said something
really.
because
Yeah, like discuss about how black men get our shit together. Uh,
I,
to me, what you say, Polo?
I think before we could talk about how we can all get it together, let's just we don't got to be specific, but just we can kind of touch bases or create an archetype of how we can get self preserve, then build off that. You know what I mean?
Well,
Uh,
let me say it like this. Okay, and for those of y'all that just chiming in, this is because I've been on it. We damn near on 2 hours. You feel me? So in the beginning, South was with me. I think he was listening to me just a little bit. But listen, the first thing that I attacked was getting your affairs in order. Okay, and when I say affairs, for some of y'all motherfuckers that live up under a rock and dinosaurs that are slow, that means when your ass die, get your affairs in order. I don't give a fuck what age it is. Okay. Then the second thing that I talked about was getting your credit right, making sure that you got your bills paid, making sure all that stuff, just basically just getting your shit in order. Then the second thing, that's when South came in. I was talking about establishing something and being independent. It doesn't necessarily mean that you have to be a business owner, but just making sure that
Taking care
you
of
make sure
business.
that you don't have to rely on anybody. Stop relying on anybody because as black men we still kind of got that mentality like, oh yeah, I gotta rely on this person. No, be your own damn boss. And then I started talking about your health, getting your health right, your health and nutrition, getting in the doctor, making sure you get in the dentist. Man, get your kids right, get them in the dentist, do whatever they got to do, get the family, encourage them to get out and go take a walk or something like that. But we don't encourage each other, we discourage each other. And those are some of the things that I was cooking on so far. And then that's when Sal he started talking about some things. So that's what we talking about, young.
uh, I mean, to me, as a young black male, for me, a lot of black men didn't support. I don't know. I'm gonna say now. I'm saying like a lot of black men didn't support me. You see a lot of young black men, suffer themselves. You see a young black man in the street. You see a young black man in the jail. See a young black man in the casket. Cause that's in my area. No, cause me I do need to get together and get my situation straight. Cause that's us. We need to get our us to get to me to get my situation straight. Cause we don't. If I don't be us, if we don't get a situation straight, then all the things that we're trying to accomplish all gonna crumble down to all coming down to the floor. So cause we don't even support each other. Definitely, we don't support each other. Just that we tear each other down. We tear each other down and just killing. Definitely killing each other and hurting each other's stuff instead of sticking together as unity. I know that's for one, and just support each other, because and that's what the problem is today with black men. Like we don't support each other. We just tear each other down at the down, and us and me, I kind of feel sad for that. Having no black male older guy that didn't look up to. And yet in so many in my early years, I never really have that. And and seeing that. And
Did you?
but
Can I ask you something? Was your father around?
no, he wasn't. No,
He
he
wasn't
was
around.
he was in jail at the time. He was like he went to jail
Okay.
when I was 8 years old, and then he came back when I was 13. But he was in and out. So when at
Yeah.
that time of years, I never really had support from a black male perspective. Because some of my family members that black male perspective always in jail or barely see each other or went to another state. So
Yeah.
was all by myself. That's the problem
Yeah.
with I said about young black males because they never really have a father figure, young African American father figure, and never really
Yeah.
have somebody they can look up to so they can follow those vices. They never really have that. They just learn from themselves, and that's
Hey,
yeah.
I agree with you, brother. And I went through the same. I'm pretty sure a couple of us, most of us on here, and people that's in the chat, that, didn't have that situation where father wasn't consistently around. And the biggest thing I think it does to the psyche of whether you black, whatever color you are, man, is society tells you that this person is the most important male in your life, but he's not around. So think of what that does to your subconscious. Even as you grow older even as you get older from being an adolescent child to a teenager to a young adult, what I come to find out is once you start getting, I don't know how old you are, once you start getting close to 30 in your 30s, if you somebody that's if you somebody that's in, how can I say it, in touch with reality, you'll start to notice some of the effects that it has on you, the fact that your dad wasn't around. You have some people that act out violently, you have some people that still able to live productive life, but I was able to notice some of the bad habits I had and was aware it's because my father wasn't around. Some people never are aware. They never, some people just never gather self-awareness. And you can go down the rabbit hole of why that might not be, for influence or just personal self-worth and not wanting to grow within yourself. But can a panel just really think about that? I don't know if everybody had a strong relationship with their father. I would assume most haven't because I didn't. But think about it. Society tells you this is the most important male that's supposed to be a part of your life, but you don't have a real relationship with him. See, that affects you more than you can consciously comprehend. But you will go through life doing things not knowing that's a byproduct of not having what people have said supposed to be the most important male figure in your life, which is your father. Anybody
Hey,
want to jump
South,
in on that? Yeah.
South. Hey, hold on one second. Goat just came in here. I'm gonna let S Young. You go ahead and respond to that, and then Goat. Salute to Goat. All of y'all know his channel. All y'all know he's a grinder, man. If you haven't subbed to Goat, go sub to his channel, man. Some of these brothers that chop it up, they be over there. Go sub to his channel. Lots of great content. Go ahead, S Young, and then Goat. You got the flow, man.
All right, Polo. So what's the I'm kind of lost on the topic. Like, what is the topic really
Well,
about?
Young gonna go first, but I'll
Okay.
explain all that once we get to you. Go ahead, Young.
Um, definitely what the man says. No, definitely young black fathers, a young black no person that can look up to uncles or something though.
Oh wait! I forgot about wait what? Wait what, man? God damn it, my fault. I forgot about wait what ass man. Brooklyn in the house. Hello, Brooklyn. My fault. First we'll go to wait what, and then after Young talk, then Goat. I'm sorry about that, bro.
Oh, you want where to go first? You want
Nah,
No.
finish,
You go
finish,
ahead, Young,
Sterling.
and then wait what, and then go. We gonna go to
Yeah,
order, and
finish,
then
Sterling.
after that, y'all can just go ahead and cook, man. All of y'all.
um but like yeah, but definitely for young black males, because I don't think some people didn't realize that how much a person's surrounding circumstance can affect a young black child ability to succeed in life. Because and they should know and this because when I walk down to the street some I see you see people throwing up games and see them, just sad, see them homeless and stuff. It's just, I feel like that's what the problem is. Me, that's why we need to get our shit straight. Because if some of y'all, if y'all father something that, seeing y'all taking care of y'all kids is that's what I liked about, to me. Because me, I never really had that, you know. Because that's the problem with me for that man, that we need to be they need to be mentors. So us guys, like young guys like us, can be inspired and looked up to. So we can follow your route, to succeed in good things, And we never some people never really have that mentor, so that look up to them, tell them the right things, and stop and tell them the right things, and tell them how to do this and do that. They never really have that. They have to learn that from their own. And so that's what I got a problem with.
Or they had to learn it from their mothers, which is a dangerous thing for a black man in America to learn how to
Oh,
be a man for your mother.
to me, no. From my perspective, for mothers, to
Not,
me,
I wasn't saying you specifically, but I'm saying in general.
no, no. I'm saying to them, to my perspective, to me, when mothers
Okay.
come, I feel like, because when my mom, she always in and out of work. She didn't have time to take care of me, but she's so frustrated because she don't know how to raise a boy into a man. In my perspective, she don't know how to raise a boy to a man. She only let the father does that. Now, I understand, like some mothers know, they know how to take care of boys, but there's some mothers that don't know because they don't know how to raise a son. You know, no, even though the son loves them, they don't know how to raise a son. So, and but then that's why you see guys who haven't have no connection with their moms, or some of that, because they don't know how to be loved. So I feel like, no, definitely around my mom, because no, because no, I love my mom, but we never really have a connection. We never did, because she don't know how to she don't know how to raise me. Because when my dad went to jail, she was like in and out. She was in and out of going to work. She don't had to take time to take care of me. I had to take care by myself. So that's what I feel like the problem was, mentorship.
I think
What's up,
I think
Mark Williams? I see you in
oh
the
go ahead.
building. Uh, uh, hey, Sterling and Goat. Y'all hold it down. I'm at the park with my little gal and stuff. So y'all hold it down. Y'all go ahead and cook, man.
Go ahead, wait, what?
Shit, we're good. To Polo, shout out to the chat. Blessed to the panel. I like the conversation we got today. Um, how I feel about it, like Sterling Young, I feel you on that. As in, like, your old girl was just the only one raising you, and she kind of like, was always at work and shit. So I know that feeling itself. However, I kind of translated the emotions kind of different. For me, I kind of like for me, I feel like you need masculinity and feminist in your life as growing up. So honestly, you need both parents. You know what I'm saying? So it can keep it balanced. Because I think a lot of times, as a community, we always try to choose. Society wants us to be feminine, while the other side of us want to be straight masculine. But what we really need to do is be balanced. Like honestly, like I see a lot of people not understanding that balance is the only way we can be able to get through whatever. Because honestly, like for you to be like how I see it, like for me, I just feel like everything on Polo was on marking down like step one, step two, step three, all that. Yeah, that's legitly the way to go about it. However, I'm not gonna say because but make it seem like it counts out everything before he said. But however, I feel like in that situation, ground zero got to be self love. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a couple words that in our community we gotta eradicate, such as embarrassment. Because once that word is synced into your head, it kind of stop you from doing things that you feel like you want to do,
Hold,
but you feel like the masses gonna like, damn, it's funny, like,
I'm
oh, I'm embarrassed
I'm
myself
glad
in the
you
conversation.
said that, brother. I don't mean to cut you
Oh,
off, but I'm glad you say that. But I want you just to go down the right path because what you saying is very important as far as people becoming successful. because most people scared to most people not scared to fail because of what they think about themselves. They scared of what other people think about them, so they won't try. And that's one of the most dangerous things, bro. The most
Facts. 'Cause
successful people fail so many times. They don't care about who, whether it's they, and it could be your family members that tear you down. Sometimes your family people be the worst people, but you can't worry about people. Worry about how people gonna assess your failures, man. The most successful people fail a million times over. I'm gonna let you continue.
Yeah, but facts. That's what I'm saying. Like for you to be
Right.
able to do that, because I'm going through that stuff right now, as in like eradicating certain words, like trigger words that will probably like fuck up my mental, as in like embarrassment, or I don't think you should do that, or like little things. Because a lot of times when as like a lot of humans, they try to look for the comfort of what they feel like is right, and then once they get that, they can be like, yeah, they go even more confident. So just imagine, you going to somebody and that you telling them what your dream is. Like I honestly, I was listening to something J. Cole said on a KD podcast when he said, you gotta make sure who you let inside your dreams and your ideas of what you really want to flow, because if they give you a let's say a negative response, it doesn't have to be negative, it could be just neutral. But if it's not positive, or it's not like a proton, going to science in a way, if it's not a proton to add on, what I'm saying, it's just gonna demolish your focus. You know what I'm saying? I go to you, I be like, yo, bro, I want to be a model. Nah, nigga, you don't want to be no model. What the fuck? That right there, that reaction would
Yeah,
diminish like your confidence. Damn, my
yeah, it would
own
diminish
brother.
most people.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. Like, but it diminished most people because the person you went to is the person you trusted.
but
And
but
you trust that
but
person
you
to tell them that. And
yeah.
then once that happens, you're like, damn. That's why a lot of times,
That's
some folks
that's why
don't
you
tell they
got
old. Oh, go ahead.
see this is that dynamic to where people that don't strive for real success, they can't understand why they under or why certain situations where you have celebrities that don't deal with their family or deal with certain people that supposedly supposed to be important in their life. It's because of things like this. Because sometimes the people that's supposed to be your closest are the people that are diminish you from progressing and succeeding,
Facts.
either because of their own insecurities, or they just feel like, or they subject their own failures on you
So
because they
yeah,
feel like
yeah,
you can't do it because they can't do it.
Hey, bro,
facts.
can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Yeah,
Can you hear me?
Go ahead,
we
man.
hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah. To the brother that was just talking, I got a question for you.
Yeah,
All right. I can't work for nobody. I don't like taking orders, right?
yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? So, I think I need to start my own business. How do you feel about that?
You know where it start? It, the start is, what are your strengths and what are your weaknesses? That's where you start your path on. What do you do good and what do you don't do good? And then you start to build off that.
Yeah,
Hey,
bro.
but I ain't gonna lie, brother. The one who just said like, I can't work for nobody, anything like that. Like, I can feel you on that. But like,
Now
however,
well,
you
I'm
gotta
gonna get
like,
to that to him though. I'm gonna get to it, but let's
yeah,
walk him. I know what you about to say, but let's let
yeah,
him walk though, cause
yeah, walk, yeah,
I'm
yeah, facts.
I'm gonna get to it. Now, you hear what I said, right?
Yeah, my
What
weakness and my
before?
strengths.
Yeah, you got to start with your strengths and your weaknesses, and then you say you to survive in today, you got to be able to earn. So the things you good at, find out how people or other businesses or some kind of way you can monetize it. But hold on, it's more than that still. Just because you find that out don't mean you can go directly toward it. You might have to work with somebody and invest in what you good at till you get it where you need it to be.
Right.
See, that's the void you might gotta fill. Some people can have skills. Now you can acquire skills and trades. Well, if it's a trade you like, you might can go instantly directly into it. but it was kind of what the what my I'm pretty sure that's what you were about to say, right? You going to see people got to realize you got to do some stuff you don't want to do to get to where you want to be,
Yeah. And I was
and then
tripping
but
off
you
what he was
invest
saying,
into it,
like
huh?
everybody can't be no boss. Everybody got to work for somebody.
Yeah.
When he said that before, but I was like, that's true too. But you know what I'm saying? I'm not a
I'm,
take order type nigga. I'm a nigga like
But you,
I
if
move
you're
to the
not gonna
beat of
be a
my
take
own
order
drum.
nigga, you're gonna have to be a person that's willing to sacrifice,
Right,
willing to take risks,
right,
willing to hear say people, willing to hear people say you can't do that, and don't
right,
even worry about it and
right,
fail and
right,
not know what's gonna happen next. Cause that's how bosses are created.
right,
See, people go to work every day. They know what they get. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But you stay at a eat. Somebody saying something?
No.
no,
I always get some feedback like somebody's trying to talk. But you can work a job your whole life and hate not working somebody, but you make enough money not to try your own thing. It's like a
right,
catch 22.
right,
You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
if
I'm,
you
I'm,
really don't want to work for somebody, you go out there and sacrifice. Sometimes have to work for
but
nothing, just to
what I
build.
finna, what I finna say though, big dog, like I feel like dog, listen, dog, like we been caught up in the way of society, as in you gotta do this for you to live, and a lot of times, like to a lot of fault, because you know how you been brought up, or even what's been presented to you for you to believe that this is the way of living, but it's not really that, dog. I feel like, dog, like, see, what make this country so unique and at the same time great? Because I know a lot of people don't really, they really like fuck yeah, USA, all that crazy shit. But however, it's like they give you a taste. Like it's like, damn, dog. It's like, you ever seen that gadget on the dog when they got the dog with the hot dog in front of him on the string and he trying to chase it, but he can't never reach it, but it's right there in front of him. And
Yeah.
I feel like that's how America got a lot of us when they say, yo, freedom is right there, but you gotta chase it and you gotta do all this way to get to it. When realizing that, dog, sometimes you just gotta pause for a second and let your brain think of something instead of just going with the flow. Okay, they said run to this, so I gotta run. Hold on, let me peek. Let me create something so I can drive to this, or let me find a way to get to this path even more simpler. I think we don't have it as a community, as a brothers. Dog, we smart as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Cause we like, especially from like, it's a gift and a curse. That's why I like coming from the streets. You be able to peep things before it even happens. For example, let's say you go to a club, a club in the hole, like in the hood. You feel me? You know this shit got no security. You know you gonna see, niggas bringing in fire. For you gonna peep like, damn. I know these niggas. It look like they gonna get. There's a bunch of niggas in here, no bitches. It's about to get testy. Let me get
right.
myself out this situation before something happens. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we learn things and we can apply that to different things as not just street shit, but just in business wise. Okay, I seen how this going, let's see how this shit moving. Now I can't apply it. Now I can't work with that. And we gotta learn how to just balance that learning from what we learned from our past and using that shit for the future. Because honestly, like for us to get to that, we gotta admit to certain things that we don't want to admit. Like though, like we gotta start being so stuck up. Like we gotta stop being lustful for these broads. We
I
gotta stop. We
I know
gotta stop.
exactly what you're saying.
Yeah, cause
We
like, cause
you talking a
honestly,
lot about the ego. We let our ego stop us from progressing.
yeah, facts.
Meaning you
And then
worried about people seeing you fail instead of just you know what I'm
just
saying.
going
So you don't want to
right.
try.
Yeah, fact. Cause people think a journey is supposed to be a time limit. No, a journey is a journey. It's up
Everybody
to
journey
what
different.
you know what I'm saying. Facts. But
Right.
when you see somebody else striving faster, you're gonna be like, damn, I need to do a shortcut so I can get up higher. No, you
It's
constantly
a
grow.
marathon, like
You know what I'm
Nipsey said.
saying?
It's a
Yeah.
marathon.
That's why he was so great, dog. Cause he peaked that shit. He understand, dog. Like yeah, 2 years ago I wasn't like this, but a year later or a year ago, like what I'm saying, shit flipped. It's all about the determination you put into yourself each and every day. Like when them football players and basketball players be talking about, yo, we gotta take it a game at a time. It's really mean taking a day at a time. Because you don't know if tomorrow guaranteed. You're not gonna try to do all that shit.
See,
So you gotta try to put every effort into what you're doing right now. But you
see, I
want to be
created.
happy with it. You gotta be happy with it because if you try to do it with too much focus, you're gonna end up hurting yourself. You're gonna end up aging yourself before your age really age because you're stressing about, oh, I gotta get to this level, or if I don't, I'm screwed. Nah, nigga, it's only our community who doing that. I don't see Caucasians stressing like that. I don't see Hispanics doing that. I don't see nobody else. But it's been so structured to us mentally to make us go that low because we have something so high in our mind that if we actually do start actually showing some love to each other instead of start doing that hate shit or the slight diss or jealousy or envy, all that shit, dog, you just
Yeah.
gotta like you gotta love each other, dog. And
See,
like for real
we
talk.
have a see black us as black people. We have what you call I guess you can call it this, like insecure. We so insecure about other people's success, so they could turn into hate. It could turn. It normally turns into hate or just some kind of disdain for people
Or
instead of trying
loneliness,
to.
because it can also
Yeah.
push you into a depression. Like, damn, bro, why I'm not getting this? Oh my god, bro, like I can't get the broad on. Nah, dog, like like I said, we got like these words we gotta go through and eradicate loneliness. You gotta be able to deal with things as in find something that's non-physical that you can enjoy that don't lead you into doing some dumb shit. Find something that's like
I'm
your hobby or something that and build off of that. Because sometimes when
I'm
you try to focus on doing this, like I gotta get money, you gonna start doing shit for money that you ain't really supposed to do. But you try and get that money, you trying to get that bag, as they say. So it's like about you sacrificing a piece of you. Like we gotta get back to morals, man. Like codes. Like
Yeah,
like moral codes, bro.
integrity.
Like yeah, facts. Big word. Love it. For real, dog. Cause
Oh
that
yeah,
we don't have that no more.
right.
Everybody
But
just do like,
I,
you a bride that don't do shit for you, but you gonna pay for everything for her.
Mm-hmm.
Or even put yourself in a predicament that you know you can't help
but
her, but
but
you're gonna sacrifice
this
what
is.
you
I'm
got
gonna
to
tell
help
you.
somebody else,
I'm gonna tell
Not even
you
just bras, but
a
just
big
in general. Go ahead.
tell you a big fundamental. I'm gonna tell you a big fundamentally a big thing fundamentally we do wrong in my opinion. We'll go on the panel and build on integrity. We know we need this stuff, but then we will revere or exalt people that show the most utmost unintegral values. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And we whether they entertainers or celebrities, that's where we
right,
conflict with ourselves.
Give me an
right.
example. Give
Like
me an
that
example.
Charlemagne shit. Like that Charlemagne
Yeah,
shit right now is
yeah,
a
like
big
a lot of
thing.
the shit that's going on with these celebrities. You can go from actors, entertainers. We don't even got to be specific. And
Yeah.
then and then we'll get into altercations, or we'll get have our differences, and then we'll result to gang culture of violence come out of us. I'm like, we know that's a part of our
I
life.
know
I
what you
grew
mean.
around gang
I know what you
culture,
mean.
huh?
Yeah, I know what you mean. I
You
know
get
what you're
what I'm
talking about.
saying?
Yeah, that
So
anger, like that disagree, we gotta
yeah,
get violent with it. Yeah. Facts.
yeah,
That's the problem. That's a huge problem,
that's
dog.
a problem because
Huge problem.
we know consciously the same. We know consciously that it's not integral, and then why would you want to, and then it's disrespectful to self when you disrespect your own kind, you disrespecting yourself too. But we don't look at it like that. We don't give a, we don't care,
Right.
you know.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna be honest. Like for example, not to bring this up, but like for example, I was listening to Ticket shit with him and when he had Kwame and Anti. Like
Right.
Right,
for
right,
me,
right.
I didn't like you feel me that shit like that what I don't want that as in two niggas going at it like that. You feel me? However, like the way Anti like that type of attitude, like yo, like you know how you flip the strip, like he just responding, but the nigga's like, yo, but you gonna get your own black and you trying to back in your words. I'm like, bro,
Right. Yeah.
like we can't do that. Like that right there is a real distraction. That right there is in like, bro, just support him.
Yeah.
Like
Like
it's like
that's
we
not.
can't
That's not.
like
That's not.
if you
Listen.
don't support them, just keep it quiet. That's why I be
Right.
feeling like, bro. Sometimes you can't when you want to voice a negative part about us, That's why we always
Right.
bicker because we can never get in the same room and
Yeah,
just be
because
like, yo, fuck
this
it.
No, no, look. To
If
me,
you ain't got nothing to
I
good to
don't
say,
feel, I
just
don't
say
feel
don't say
like,
nothing
I
at
don't
all.
feel like he was like didn't like him. I just think he just did that because I think Kwame said something about his favorite player. I think that's why he made a
so
random.
yeah, y'all saying Kwame and Ticket got into it or something?
No, 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 no. I was there live. It was I was in the comments. I think what was the comments, and then Kwame and antisocial called him a clout chaser because I
Right.
think
Oh yeah. Okay.
because he said probably he said that about because Kwame said something about his player, but I think the
Yeah,
reason why he said that, the reason why he said clout chaser because he said okay, he's saying this because he said okay. You saying that all black men this and black men, but you're doing the same thing. Like you're dissing Matt Barnes, who didn't say nothing to you. You speak from about Stephen A. Jackson, Charlamagne the God,
Yeah.
and Stephen A. Smith, and they talked about you in a basketball way. They didn't tell you just
Yeah.
took it respectful. You took it about his shoes and stuff. And
I
then
agree with that.
Kwame was trying to respond, but that's our soldiers keep interrupting him like, but you was in this, but you was in that. But to me,
Yeah.
it's not like what said that's not how argument to me debate works. You wanna
Yeah.
yeah,
That's
argument
what see see that's in my opinion, when you have stuff going on like that, it's not really men building. Cause men gonna
yeah,
try to hear each other out. When you got
facts.
a lot of feminine energy, people just want to be right. They don't care about getting to the solution. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe I interpreted things wrong. I was a bigger man.
Facts.
I say I'm wrong, and that's the
It's like
biggest
it's
problem
like
we have.
it's
We don't.
it's like people
Huh?
afraid to say that. Like people afraid to say, "Yo, my bad." Like, dog, what's so hard about
Yeah.
saying my fault? Like, damn. That's why I
When
was
that's the
like,
most
you might
masculine
have
thing you could do.
facts
The
because
most
like,
masculine thing you could do is hold accountability to your actions, because you're gonna have to do it out here, regardless.
right,
Anyway, men
right.
have to
Because
be
like,
accountable. We can't
And
I
wrong
we
is
can't
wrong.
lie to ourselves,
I don't want no man to
huh?
tell me he's sorry. You know what I'm saying? I rather you say I apologize. You know what I'm saying? That's why I said wording,
Yeah.
like words, is all about like how you play it out. You know what I'm saying? Use the right words because I don't want you to feel like I want you to say
You don't
sorry
even
to
gotta
me.
apologize to
You know
me.
what
You
I'm
just say
saying? Like,
you
yeah. Yeah, like it's just sometimes just acknowledgement of like a mistake. Oh, damn, my
just say
fault. You
my
feel me?
bad. I was wrong.
Yeah, that's it. But
That's
it seemed
that's how
like
you.
it's so
That's
tough.
growth.
That's yeah, fact, facts.
That's growth. But niggas rather be right. It's like some feminine shit, man. You gotta be
Like,
right no matter what, no
and
matter
that
how
shit's
foolish you
scary,
sound.
dog. That shit's
Yeah,
scary because that's not gonna let us grow and not gonna get us off this
you can't
hamster wheel
you
that
can't
we
you
constantly
can't
going on.
build. Cause a nigga rather the whole bridge fall with him not saying he wrong than to keep building the
Right.
bridge to continue on. It's crazy, man. The Kwame situation, man, I had mixed feelings. Yeah, he had a valid point in certain ways, but I look at it like this. Big picture, what is this really doing? Okay, yeah, you put some you put some shit out because you was responding to some stuff, but in the bigger picture of things, you know, I just it just don't really, what we building about has more value. Yeah, we can sit around and say the white man is trying to project us like this and that, but us talking about that really ain't getting us toward building. We just worried about what somebody think about us. We still got to build.
Oh
You
yeah.
see what I'm saying? We still got to build. You know,
I I just
and
feel like
to make
honestly,
that a public. See the thing about that, to make that, stuff like that go viral. That makes the feature interest of our people. We more worried about stuff that really don't have that much value at the end of the day. You know.
Can I chime in real quick?
Yeah, go ahead. And
Yeah.
one thing, bro, you got some feedback while people talking. You might want to mute yourself when you're not talking because you got
Oh,
feedback coming
my
in.
bad. My bad. But yeah, I agree with everything you say. But right now too, Kwame Brown is what we need right now too, because that nigga dropping a whole lot of knowledge and wisdom right now too, like bringing masculinity back. I'm not getting nothing, no homo, but you know what I'm saying, some masculinity shit. Because I was listening to him the other day, and he said some real shit. Like he was like, everybody know try to catch Bigfoot in the fucking woods when Bigfoot be walking in the woods and shit. He was like, so what you think a nigga gonna do when they see Bigfoot and they just walking through the woods and he just minding his business. He ain't fucking with nobody. He ain't doing nothing. They're gonna try to catch that nigga and put him in a cage, right?
Okay.
And that shit made a whole lot of sense to me. Like anything that's knowledgeable, wild, or big, or they try to catch it and put it in a cage.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying, but I think in a lot of aspects, I ain't saying he ain't got no bad message. Like he got good stuff, but that's not the main feature thing. That's he going viral for. He going viral for the toxic shit, talking about people personal stuff. Cause at the end of the day, us as people, we only value the stuff that really don't have no value.
Like I'm gonna be on it. Like the shit where he like the shit he did with Charlamagne though, like that's some like listen, bro. Like sometimes you gotta call the people who be pump faking, bro. Like I've been listening to like before once in a while, I go dibble and dab on that, not on the show, but clips we showing on YouTube, and
Yeah.
just the whole environment of society of 2021, like oh I gotta slander this nigga, I gotta slander this nigga, and he was one of them niggas who was slandering niggas on the site, but like it's like that, where it's like we like when the nigga get caught up and he get ragged for it for what he did. Like I hear a lot of people say, yo, like you can't bring up people past, but dog, he legitly on YouTube. He got a clip when he said, yo, he intentionally not drugged, but got a girl drunk on purpose to have sex with her. Now that
And you
shit
know what would
Yeah.
wild,
happen to that
bro.
nigga?
That
You know
shit
what would
wild,
happen
and
to
we
that
can't.
nigga?
And I don't like when people say, "Yo, this is past." Nah, nigga. Like y'all niggas be stressing about like this and that for little shit. You know what I'm saying? Every other every other young nigga get in trouble for like, oh, he pushed this hoe or he did that. But this nigga legitly raped a bro. He go on the Breakfast Club saying, "Yo, don't rape girls, don't do this." But at the same time, he's that contradiction. Like, dog, that's crazy. And like, I ain't gonna lie, bro, I rather somebody call that shit out. I know it can come off toxic if your mindset get to it. We can't stop. We can't like keep babysitting everybody mindset for our own culture. Cause we sound dumb as fuck. Yo, you can't do it because you're gonna make us look crazy. But I don't see nobody else depicting themselves as a whole race like us. You know what I'm saying? We do it because we went through so much shit. However, like everybody else depict themselves as individuals. You know what I'm saying? So some of these individuals, yeah, they come in there, they want to be toxic and they add on to the fluid. And like I said,
Yeah.
mostly it can be all. It don't even have to be all black. You can have some Caucasian, you can have some Hispanics that's it hopping in. You just think they black because they commenting and they pushing it, or they saying some shit or for power, but they don't go through the shit that we go through. You know what I'm saying? Like we gotta stop doing that and that concept. Like right, like we gotta call you niggas out who actually do egregious shit and not just call out niggas who do pity pat.
And,
Cause
and,
they go crazy on
and
niggas
see,
who do the pity pat part, but they
and,
try to say the niggas who do the egregious shit. That's egregious. Nigga, you laughing at somebody with some cracker? And I cracked a Caucasian
yeah.
on the radio, like, yeah, bro. And he calling you out on it. You drunk it. Nah, don't tell nobody
Man,
that. Like,
And,
bro, come on, bro. That's corny.
and see,
Like,
this is my thing. Kwame Brown. I'm not saying message was bad. All encompassed. This is what I'm saying. The whole, I mean, the whole premise of him going viral over conflict is just, I'm sick of it. You know what I'm saying? Of course, he aired out some valuable information, but the whole value of it just lets you know where our where our value lies. Conflict, controversy. Why this dude this built this school down here in Atlanta that's helping out a young 21-year-old that don't go viral like this. That just lets you know what people mind at. You know what I'm saying?
But
that's
It's
fact.
sad.
I blame that on social media though.
what you said, right to me. If
You
you
know,
if 20 years, if people keep bashing your name and stuff, and you holding it, and you're not saying nothing, you holding it until one day somebody says something to you, and you just let all that 20 years unleash on you.
yeah.
Now, and but he's saying violent with me because the clout chase thing is that he's not getting paid for it.
No,
If he would have clout chase, he would have got paid for what he
no,
said.
I'm
But
I'm not saying no, no, no. I'm just saying I'm really speaking to the sense of where our public interest is at. I'm not speaking of whether he was absolutely right or wrong of what he done. I understand it all. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm.
But the fact that it has to be conflict, always conflict. Like right now, we building. We not on here arguing. We ain't on here go get personal, saying shit that you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, like
Mhm.
it don't have to be violent, but you gotta say that to Stephen A. Smith, Steve Jackson, because
Yo,
you know
but big dog, but
conflict.
like, but I'm gonna say big dog, like that shit. Like we went back. Like I get what you saying. If Stephen A. would have came on there on his show and been like, "Yo, my fault," all that. But when the company allow you to interrogate and just add on more fluid to that fire, as in like ESPN, like, yo, run that, do that. Like bum ass clips, trash ass editing, like bro, they was all over the place.
Yeah,
They try to get like one bad, but when you feed
I
that, but
think
it's
y'all
like
missing my point though.
no, no, I'm just talking about
What's
this in general.
happening?
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
but I want y'all to see. I want y'all to just look at it like this. You got doing on social media stream and on TV and other major broadcasters. Two black men, whether whoever at fault, is being monetized of them going at each other. You get what I'm
Bro,
saying? I'm a
yeah,
bigger picture person. I'm a bigger
true,
picture person.
Mm,
You get what I'm saying?
mm.
true.
It's
That's being monetized. I'm not even saying Kawhi's making money, but somebody's making money even off his views, even if he monetized or not.
Hey, but let's be
Kwame.
honest though. Let's be honest though. Like, let me say this right quick. Let's be honest though. It's not us though. It's the media
it's
that's
media.
chasing that. You know what I'm saying? It's not us.
It's not,
And we
Yep.
don't know who. And we don't know who the faces behind that.
right.
There's a lot of shit out here that, like, you feel me. You got shows like The Bachelor, which is straight Caucasians on there, and they doing some shit like that, and they blow
So
about it. They talk about it and everything like that. It's just about what media choose to show and what choose to highlight. You know what I'm saying? For
yeah.
me, yeah, I see Kwame B. I subscribe to bro. I see some of his video, but I don't watch it all. If I know it's gonna be some wild shit, all right, cool. You know what I'm saying? I just look away. Don't mean I say
But
fuck him. I don't want to support him no more. It's just
but
more of a, like, I know what it's gonna go at, so
I'm
I'm gonna just vibe.
I
You know
don't
what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
I
It's just
don't have
sometimes, dog.
yeah.
Yeah,
I don't have nothing against Kwame or Stephen A.
facts.
I see where Stephen A. at fault, and I see where Kwame at fault in certain situations in which he brought up. But I'm just trying to get y'all to see the bigger picture. The bigger picture is you have black men going at each other from different positions and it's being monetized. I'm
Hmm.
not speaking specifically to Kwame making money or Stephen A or whoever, but the media streams are for sure making money off that. I can guarantee you. And and we buy into that optic of,
Right.
and we make it sellable. That's the thing. We make stuff sellable. Once we stop, then the interest has to be pivoted somewhere else because we not consuming it. We constantly consume it. So, man, what better way to show niggas going at each other from different levels of life? You see what I'm saying? But
Well,
that
you saying that it's not really like two men going against her. Just that one black man was trying for 20 years after what a black man said.
no, it's a whole
No,
bunch of
hold
black
on, hold
men
on, hold on,
involved in
hold
this.
on, hold on, hold on. It's about the black man's career.
Uh,
It's not. Oh, we're giving the media attention. No, it's the media because when a person's got sick or tired of what the media is doing to these players to everybody.
Cause
He's not only attacking
I'm
Stephen A. Smith stuff. He's attacking the media. He went after Cadence, or not Cadence,
but
Crawford, Carl Crawford,
yeah,
Stephen A. Smith,
that's what I'm
all
saying.
the
This
all
what's the common denominator? Black men going at each other in some capacity.
Nah, he went after all the
Am I
white
wrong?
Well,
artists.
no, he didn't win. No, it's not only
White
just black men. No, he didn't tag.
artists. White.
He responded to it with 20 years for 20 years. But the
I
reality, the real combinator is a black man's coming after the media. After
I'm gonna
all the
tell you,
type of media.
but that's this the thing. This is we talked about intelligent, right? How you gonna how you gonna go to war? How you gonna go to war and try to hit your adversary in its stronger port, at its strongest point? When you at war, you hit your adversary, you hit the person you at war with at their weakest point. How you gonna go at the media in media? Do that make sense? I'm getting deeper into this shit with y'all. I know y'all some young cats, but I'm getting deeper into this because
That's
this is
like
what y'all gotta realize, huh?
that's like the state trying to take from the state.
Stay media because you like saying media because like
Because
nobody go against nobody really going against the media except Kwame did that.
no, how you you
Nobody
just
want to go
said it.
against, yeah, 'cause
You just
nobody
said it though.
yeah, but
You
like
just said he going at the media, but where is
yeah,
he going at the media on? On media streams. So
no,
how you gonna hit somebody at their strongest point?
because that's because people don't want to people scared of the truth. You know,
No,
media
no, you
they don't want a young black they media don't want a young they don't want a black male to expose that truth. Kwame
no, they
said
not.
that.
No, you
That's
wrong.
facts.
Young,
Because if they
Like,
didn't, it
yes,
wouldn't be
That's
up.
facts. They don't like the
His channel.
truth.
This,
I agree with
this,
that. They don't like the
this what
truth.
y'all don't get. No, this what y'all don't get, man. I want y'all to think about this. They didn't want him to talk on the media stream. Trust me. His YouTube would be gone just like Young Pharaoh, if y'all familiar with Young Pharaoh. When they want you gone, you gone. But how you gonna fight the media at their strongest point? Through the media. You can't get around that, number one. And what you gotta realize, this is the ether of it all. At the end of the day, any black man involved in this situation in any capacity can be counseled. Trust me.
they can't
It's
cancel
true.
that man.
That could happen
What they
too.
gonna
Bro,
do to
okay,
Kwame? That what
okay.
they can't do nothing to Kwame. He's
Bro,
supposed to
hey,
yeah.
let me
his
chime in
YouTube
right
can
quick.
be gone. Huh?
Yeah, they could knock all
Go
that
ahead.
shit out with one punch. That's true too, though.
Go ahead, brother. I
That
know I
young
What
just
fella
rocked.
shit is
what
real.
what
See what they did to
Huh?
him, though.
what you said
Go
what?
sit your ass down. Oh, I was
That
talking to
young
dog. My bad.
that young Pharaoh
My bad.
shit
My
is real.
bad.
What you talking about
You said
too?
what?
They
That's
canceled
what
that
I'm
man.
saying. You remember Young Pharaoh? He done all this fly ass talking. Like these
Hey,
folks
but
can do
listen
nothing, and
though.
then when it was time to counsel, when they want to take your, I'm not saying he didn't have other outlets, but you can't fight the media through the media.
But to me, it's like the way he's
I'm
speaking, it's
gonna
like
say,
man,
uh,
like mensuration. Because at this point, it's no matter what your job is in the media. It's that as a black man who speaks about problems your people's facing, you shouldn't compromise another black man's money. You might jump to conclusions, say, "Oh, he was lazy, but didn't want to prove." But at the end of the day, you have no idea
I'm
what
not,
went
bro. I'm not disagreeing with that. That's what you. I don't think you get what I'm
I'm not
saying.
saying you. I'm not saying you. I'm saying
But
my brother what Stephen A. Smith did. Because it's like there's so much nicer way to criticize someone like Stephen Smith, like criticize someone for making him to a real life meme. They can quite damage for like 20 something like years in
I
mentality.
I agree with that. I'm not disagreeing with none of that. I'm just talking about the bigger picture of this.
hey, can I say something right
Where
quick?
does this?
Yeah,
Yeah,
go.
go ahead.
Nah, cause like what you saying? I know that's young, but who, bro? What's your name, bro? Cause I didn't get your name when I
South
came in.
Solitical. South Solitical is
Apolitical.
South.
All
South
right, for
Solitical.
sure.
Suddenly manifested, politically inclined.
I love it. I love it. I love it. What I was finna say is like he's 100 about it. Like what he's saying right now, young. He's telling the truth, like
Yeah.
truthfully in that way. And I feel like dog, in society, like our community just in general, bro. We got too many separations. We got too many
And we
separations.
don't
We got
get the
the
bigger picture.
every,
See, that's why I
and
had
that
to
what I'm
go
saying.
into this shit.
That what I'm saying. It's too many puzzle pieces separated, and we're not gonna be able to come together. We gotta come together before we do all that. Cause like what I'm hearing is like, oh, as a black man, we gotta do this as people. As people, we gotta start saying shit like that. Because if we just keep
Yeah.
getting these one pieces to go by themselves, you gonna get your ass
Uh,
knocked off because you just one
yeah.
piece.
How the
You need to
this?
have.
Listen.
You need to have. Yeah. Go ahead.
Let me add this in. I'm gonna let you continue. Right. How does this situation buy into the optics of black people trusting each other? Because the media gonna monetize this and they gonna cancel whoever the fuck they want to cancel. whoever they want to. And what niggas gonna say, then niggas gonna be on to the next shit. You feel what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I'm not saying it's nobody right that's not right or wrong in this shit, but you got to see the bigger picture.
But I'm gonna be
Oh,
100 though. I'm gonna be 100 though. Like every like what I hear a lot is like, and sometimes it kind of irritate me because I keep quiet about it. But sometimes like, all right, for example, when people say, "Dog, we like you have certain people who be like, yo, dog, we can get our own shit. We can do it. We just gotta go through these steps and everything." But we tried it. We tried it so many times. 1929, that shit got nuked by our own people. You know what I'm saying? As an Americans, like they destroyed our black communities and we building for it. Black Panther, when we're trying to get on some real shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? We have all these others Caucasian groups. You have these other everything that's in the United States have their own group and everything, and they was okay. But when we had our Black Panther, especially our great, I feel like the greatest leader that was possible for us was Fred Hampton because he didn't just see us as just like, "Oh, we just gotta move as one color. We gotta move as people versus the oppressor." You know what I'm saying? We gotta understand that the views on YouTube can stop all this shit, not YouTube itself. You know what I'm saying? It's the oppressed against the oppressor. And
It,
they knew how they did that shit. You know how? Because they had son a brother to take down another brother. And that's what we constantly going into every time we do this. As in like when the brother say this, you're gonna have another brother who won't not saying he's wrong, but he gonna try to flip it and be devil advocate instead of being an angel on his shoulder.
man.
Like, yo, I see my problems that you have in this. Let me add into yours so we can buff out the people who try to come against you. You know what I'm saying? It's like I know your weakness and you know my weakness. How about we come together and we cancel out each other's
yeah.
weakness? And that's not the and that's what we doing. We keep trying to say, bro, you doing this or that. Nah. Let me integrate myself like, yo, if we do it this way, it's just like as a team, like all right, for example, one of the greatest shows and like I've been film a lot, and I feel like film been really predicated to how we vision things and how we will move things. Because you gotta remember, like film play a big part of how structurally people see people. As in, like if you're not black and you see somebody black on the street, killing, shooting, hanging their pants, everything like that, that imagery will go in your head. So when you come across that person, it's called unconscious bias. You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna be unconsciously biased because you so
But
familiar
hold on.
as in what you see.
This
So let me finish. I just want to get this out and
yeah, go ahead,
we
my
can take
bad.
off.
Go ahead.
And and once you do that, you know what I'm saying? You already fucked up. So for me, when I looked at film, one of the shows I was talking about, like for example, it's called Sons in Anarchy, where it's about a motorcycle gang that's all together, a patch and everything. They live by codes and everything. And not to say this is like a fairy tale or this is like a show or something, but even they structure how they move is way better than what we've been doing for the last 400 years because they take all this shit to the table. They don't do this
Look
shit
at
by one man. We keep putting
look
we
at it
keep putting
living
this
color.
pressure on one man. We keep putting
How they
pressure
did
on
it
one
living
man.
color.
Martin Luther King, Malcolm X. We try to do everybody as a one man for one man Brown. A lot of people trying to put them as that one man. No, we gotta do this as a team. You gotta get the ones who scumbags and all that, bring them on your team so you can be able to peep out the scumbags and opposites that coming towards you. We gotta use the people around us and not diss the people around us. And I think a lot of times we doing that shit and that shit fucking us up. Real talk. So you know what I'm saying? I'd rather an antisocial and a Kwame Brown come together so you can have a antisocial having his back. You know what I'm saying? In that situation of, oh, I know how this shit gonna come negatively. Let me hop on and help him to stop that negative coming this way. I can cancel that shit because I know where it's coming from. You know what I'm saying? It's like that, but we not seeing that picture. We trying to always upright one person. Hey, you gotta follow my way,
Nigga,
bro. No, no, no. You gotta follow my way, bro.
you trying to figure
Fuck
out how
that.
to diminish
You know what I'm
somebody
saying?
so you can seem like you on top.
Yeah, bro. And that
But
shit hurtful, bro.
but
Good, bad, or
but
indifferent.
that's
That
why
shit
a
hurtful.
lot of people and then
Yeah.
this the thing. A lot of people think this Kwame situation is a good thing, but they don't see the bigger picture, bro. This the thing. What do we do as black people? We complain about people being racist, but look, imagine if you wasn't black and you looking and you see our people always buying into shit like this. dysfunctional shit. Because this the thing. If you understand what you understand the people who have power, right? People who have power, they not airing out their people. They deal with their shit in house. How you gonna come from a position of power when you always trying to air out your own people? Whether you Charlemagne talking about Kawhi, or you Kawhi talking about Charlemagne, or whatever it may be. You feel what I'm saying? People with
Kwame.
power don't move like that. People that's united don't move like that. You see what I'm saying? It's level to this shit. Just like right now, black people, the biggest discussions right now with black people, Kevin Samuels, Kwame Brown, right? You know what the Chinese, what some Chinese boys learning? What kind of real estate they gonna invest in? Who gonna take over their dad business? You
But
see, it's
like,
levels to this shit.
but let me say something to
Generational
you though.
wealth. Generational wealth.
Yeah, it's a
Fact.
whole different conversation. We don't get it.
See, I think like a lot of people don't. All right, so look, this is how I'm seeing it, and no disrespect to anybody. This is how I'm seeing it. You gotta understand, like, okay, like all right. So you got people out here as in the community. Like for me, I don't want to say black, I don't say white, I say Negro, I say Caucasian, because I don't want to be involved into the playground shit. You know what I'm saying? Because that
I
playground
mean,
shit. But
yeah.
I'm saying, but just in general, like that little thing, like little habits can turn into big problems. That's a little habit. I figure out, okay, let me knock that out my situation, as in, let me not play that type of game. You got people out here, like, they ancestors and they people went through so much shit. And I think
But
people take that shit so lightly. Hold
bro,
on, let me finish. Let me finish. I got you. Okay, you keep cutting me off. I got you, dog. Hold on. Eh, People take that shit so lightly because people go through so much shit and how they go through structure. It's like it's a thing. You got a child who don't know their real home, and he gotta try to adapt to the home that he at now. And that's why I'm seeing a lot of people saying, adapt to your home now, become into this. It's all about power, power, power. What happened to freedom? Like I don't hear nobody talk about freedom no more. We gotta get this power here, we gotta get this power
freedom,
here, we gotta get this power here.
freedom only come with
Freedom,
ownership.
see,
If you don't
and
own
and
nothing,
and I'm
you
just
don't
saying,
got no freedom.
but I'm saying, but who? All right, who? Like, damn, who ideology is that? That's American ideology, right? I can't really
No,
say the
that's
word.
that's just the basic principle. If you don't own
I'm saying,
something,
but you learned that in America. That's the America
you don't have
principle because you
sovereignty.
raised up on that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to argue, bro. I'm just saying, like, do you see that
No, but
connection to it?
we not
So,
trying to be dysfunctional. We can
yeah,
have a
yeah,
disagreement,
yeah,
bro. But we trying to.
yeah.
I can learn from you. You can learn from me. But I'm just
Right.
trying to get you to the simple prospect of ownership.
hmm No, I
That's
know,
that's something very vague. But when you own stuff, you pretty much dictate what goes on in that
that's what I'm
proximity
saying.
of what you own.
That's what I'm saying. Like in this country itself, in that format and that way of thinking, that's the way for you to do it because everything is like built in a way for you to like really like you said for you to I guess in America freedom equal power in that concept as in like you gotta have some type of ownership for you to be free
Yeah.
because everything that you touch is all rent.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Everything you touch, period. Like the food you touch, rent, everything. You know what I'm saying? Until you have that ownership, you will never be able to be like, yo, I can do this freely. And that's what and a lot of people like I say, but you gotta adapt. Like a lot of people are able to adapt, um, adapt to the situation and environment. And some people are having a hard time continuing that because they don't know how to
This,
process as in they value. You know what I'm saying? Because everywhere
this,
you go, your worth ain't shit. So how
let
would
me-
you value yourself when everything that you see is like, yo, you're
this,
not gonna be
this
worth
is
that or that or that. Go ahead.
yeah. I mean, you kind of seem like you're speaking about self-esteem, but let me say this:
Yeah,
this is one of the problems that we not cognitive of as whatever you want to term us, people of color in America, bro.
yeah,
Like I said, we don't see the bigger picture, and I gave the explanation from the Kwame situation he got going on,
yeah.
and we quick to holler racism, but then we consume all the stuff that we guilt other people for saying for that we guilt other people for saying calling us racist. I don't know if you get what I'm saying.
Nah, I get you, cause
So
it's a
all the
lot of times.
dysfunctional stuff that, huh?
It's a lot of times where it's a lot of times where I be seeing people saying, "Oh, this was racism." I be like, "Damn, bro, what the fuck?" Like they could just they could just
No,
be an
yeah.
asshole. You know what I'm saying? It's not being
Nah, but
racist.
I'm saying
That
this
person is that.
racist
Yeah,
shit is gonna flip on us. Something serious because they
How they
really
using
starting to
it? Yeah,
desensitize what it
facts.
really is by other
Hmm.
situations, especially with this police brutality. That shit, all this stuff they airing on, and then we kind of just buying into it, saying it's racial and all that. Bro, it's dangerous for it's dangerous. It's more dangerous for people of color than anything. If less
I,
police on the street, that's more dangerous for people of color than anybody. Cause we don't got no kind of community. We don't have no real community. And then we have certain cities where blacks kill blacks at a a high rate, and it's a lot of crime in our community. We know it's because a lot of different variables. But at the end of the day, it is happening.
but that happening because we're not calling out the niggas who's promoting that shit. We gotta give it like
Yeah,
honestly,
because
like rap is like if you want to be honest, like rap is playing a part of that heavy. You know what I'm saying? Everybody who they glorify on media or the radio, the same people that say fight for women rights and all that, they'll play that same as songs and shit. They glorify Cardi B, but she drug niggas. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. Like we glorify like them as in people. Like oh my god, you want to beat them? Tell your kids to beat them, but we play their music and their music is like toxic and we hear it, but we don't call them niggas out. We don't call the people we like so much. Like we gotta give up on that type of music. Like, bro, I don't listen to music nowadays, bro. I honestly listen to the
uh,
70s, the 80s, early 90s. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean,
I'm talking about soul music, shit that feeds your shit. You know what I'm saying? This shit now,
I
I
get
know
what you're
it's like
saying.
it's propaganda, and that shit is adding on, and we feed into it, and that shit fuck up our community because it's a recycled shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how that shit
It,
is, bro. We force them to play football
no,
and say, "Yo, football is the way out," and NFL glorify that too. Yo, you gotta, you know what I'm saying? Make it. They play only. You'll never see no Caucasian brothers telling their background story and draft day. It's always the niggas. Like what the fuck? I
yeah,
want to see. I want to see where Trevor
that's a
Lawrence came
good
from.
point to make.
Like I'd be like, what the
I mean,
fuck? And that
they
shit.
did cover Travis Lawrence. You know what I'm saying? Because he was number one
But
pick.
like, but he a
But
hippie. He a hippie, as they say. You know what I'm
but
saying? They don't really get the
but this
real
the thing.
Caucasian. Go
They
ahead.
they only cover this something. I'm pretty sure you wear this too. They mainly cover athletes that only had a mothers. Just like I'm from
Oh, facts.
Texas. I know Pat Mahomes'
Shout
dad.
out to
I
Texas.
remember him when he was little. They don't talk about his dad. He used to go everywhere with his dad.
Yeah, they do
His
skim off
dad
that
used
a
to
little
pitch
bit.
for the he used to pitch in the major leagues. But when he
Yeah, I heard. I
retired,
heard.
he was back home because I'm from the same city they from, and we used to
Hmm.
run at the gyms, and he have them there, during the week. We hoop at certain gyms in the city. He always had his son with him, and he the best player in football right now. Why you don't talk about him and his dad, the relationship he got with his dad?
Because that shit,
You
that's
know what
not
I'm
gonna
saying?
help. That's not gonna help. That shit gonna
No, that
only
is
gonna hurt.
important. We just talked about
No, no, no,
how
no, no,
this
no,
is the
no, no.
thing.
I'm saying from their mindset. That's you know what I'm saying.
No,
From
no, no,
they
no.
no, I'm not
The one
talking
of the
about
big,
listen. I'm talking about from their mindset, not mine. I'm talking about from their mindset. If they promote his father and him in doing that, that's not gonna help us.
but
As in that's what they thinking.
but but this the thing. I don't talk with this certain language. I really didn't like what you said. No, ain't nobody out to help you. You know what I'm saying? And that's the big problem we have with people. Our people have this like leftist type mindset where you trying to figure out who gonna figure shit out for you. I'm not saying you have it, but we got that bad. They not we when we gonna get this? When we gonna get this reparations? All that. And reparations. I'm gonna tell you, if black people get reparations right now, they gonna go back in slavery after they get it. They gonna go. We gonna go back into slavery once we
I
get
don't know.
reparations.
I don't know. I don't know. I ain't
I
gonna.
mean, I mean the
I'm
racial.
not a
No,
psychic
I'm
like that.
gonna tell you.
I'm not a
I'm gonna give you
psychic like
my.
that.
No, 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 no. I'm gonna give you my points. Why? Because we had the talking point of getting reparations, right? So once we get it back, we gonna give it right back to them, just like these stimulus checks. And they're gonna be like, "We done gave you reparations, nigga. You ain't getting shit else." And it's not
Nah, I
gonna
think.
change you. Hold on, the mentality of waiting for somebody to give you something is not gonna make you ambitious. You understand what I'm saying? That's why I don't. That's why I don't support this mindset of reparations. And I changed a lot of people' focal points. Even my cousin, who owns his own business. You having a mentality of waiting for somebody to give you something don't make you ambitious.
But my thing is, dog. But like, who am like first of all, like we gotta get into this point right here where you gotta say, who am I to judge that for somebody else? That's what I'm saying. Like we getting that's the
What you say
ego
now?
right there. I say you can't. I say you gotta think about who am I as an individual to judge that for somebody else. That's what I'm saying. I can't. That's why I don't
You
want
said
to say
the
nah
judge.
or yeah, yeah, because
You
you
said
just
who are you
literally
to
just
judge?
said yeah. Who am I to judge somebody determination and should they get that or not? Like I
No,
can't
no, but
determine
I'm
that.
saying as a collective, if you somebody
But
the
but we not even collective right now. So like I can't like it can be somebody like the
but
only reason
reparations
like
is a collective concept though.
but I get what you're
I mean,
saying,
or you
but
could look at it like an individual concept, but people individually getting it. But it's it's people that buy into this collective concept of getting something, and most of them speak of something monetary, and which we don't understand. Money don't mean shit. That's what's so crazy. That's how bad we don't understand finances. You want money when you got over 3% inflation every year. But the value of money changes every year, man.
as
Do
in
you understand
as
what
in
I'm saying?
but I listen, I totally get what lane you are in right now. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? How I'm just saying we gotta for you, if you're able to do that, pull a nigga to the side. School a nigga so he can school the next nigga. By just holding the information, you got a channel,
That's
create a channel, blow that shit up. Give them information, bro, because you got niggas who don't know this information, and you trying to tell them where to go
this
look
is
for it. How they gonna look for something they don't know where to look at? You know what I'm saying?
well.
So
Hold
if you
on. No,
got
no,
the
no.
opportunity, you know what I'm saying, put it out there.
No. This is one thing I've learned being an entrepreneur. Somebody that's vested in something, they'll go searching for it. They'll go searching for certain things. I don't mind giving people general information, but when somebody asks me something, that means they have an interest in inquiring. You get what you feel what I'm saying? They want to learn and grow. That's
But
why
we got a broken community though. You already know that too. So how can we expect a broken community to come that have the decency to ask you? They
I
barely know
I
they barely can ask for
I
help.
but
So imagine
I'm
that.
gonna
You
tell
know what I'm
you
saying?
I'm gonna tell you I'm gonna tell you this. My whole methodology is most people don't know what they need. That's why you have government right. That's why you have government right now. But government can be for good or for bad. You have people being governed because they don't ideally know what they need to survive. It sounds crazy. Do you disagree with me?
I,
Because
can
you
you
because
can you
just
elaborate even more? Cause
just like right
I'm
now,
still elaborate a little more for me.
I'm
Cause
I'm gonna give you a prime example.
go for it.
Um, survive. Polo talked about survival earlier.
Hmm.
That's some when it comes to survival, you got to have intelligence, right?
It's part of that.
Just we can just speak in no, you you got to have some kind of intelligence to be
That's what I'm
able to
saying.
assess
I'm
your
saying
environment.
yeah, facts. It's part of that. I ain't saying
It's
the whole
everything
thing.
starts in your mind. Everything starts in your mind of assessing things. So you got to have intelligence. So just prime example, I'm even sticking to just Americans. We had we had a quote unquote gas shortage, right?
Hmm.
off in Atlanta, Florida, and a couple of states, right? It was
Hmm.
supposed to be this so-called gas shortage. You know what people do? They rush and go get gas.
Hmm.
See how intelligent we are as Americans? You let the government dictate your whole, you know what I'm saying? Dictate certain things for
Yeah,
you.
but that wasn't everybody
To
though.
put that
You
into
understand? Like you got
no, 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 no,
it.
no, no, no. Gas, huh?
It
People.
wasn't everybody though. You had people in
No, I'm
certain
saying
different
every state. I
positions.
don't think every state had this gas shortage. We had it in Georgia, this quote unquote, where they was promoting this gas shortage. It was only in like Florida and Georgia, and people were going crazy, bro. I'm telling you, because I
No,
was
I seen
actually
it.
at
I
the
seen it.
at my yeah. It might didn't happen.
I
I
seen
don't
it.
know where you at, but I'm telling you, I was over at the at a house. Me and my business partner, we do most of we have a business set up, and I was working over there. I go to the gas station. I'm like, what the fuck is this line going up at the gas station? Cause I've been busy as hell. I ain't looked at. Then I looked on my phone because I don't really watch TV. I'm like, a gas shortage? I'm like, man, come on. People panicking, going crazy. Then I left that house and came back to my house, and I'm seeing, man, you can't even get. I'm I'm telling you, bro. We don't have no mind. We can't think for ourselves. In America, they've created a society where people can't think for themselves and can't analyze situations.
Hey, and let me say this. Let me say this. Yeah, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, look,
Yeah.
man, you're right on point. South is on point with what he said, and wait, what you I understand what type of logic you're talking about, and being aggressive in searching. Um, See, that's where we come in. Okay, I don't care if you're young, you're old, because I learn from young just as well as I learn from the elders or the seasoned individuals. But the thing about it is, yes, we have to do our part too. To, like, as they say, do your own research, investigating. But at the same time, I find in our community, particularly amongst our brothers, you, you have a lot of guys that want to keep things for themselves, or let's
Or they
say a
want to
guy.
depend on
Let's say, hold
somebody.
on,
It's
hold on,
like the
hold on,
polar
hold on,
opposite.
hold on, hold on. Let me say this. Let me get it
Yeah.
out, South. Okay,
Okay.
you have a lot of individuals that sit here, and they might be getting the bag, right? You feel me? They get in the bag. Uh, they're using everything to their advantage. A couple people even beating the system, cheating the system, and you getting all the means. You're living wealthy and everything like that. But when somebody reaches out, such as somebody from your community, somebody that is eager or willing to learn, wants to get to that position that you're at and everything, you have a lot of guys in our community that as soon as you start getting up to that ladder, guess what they do? They kick that ladder down. They don't want to help you. They are selfish. They want to keep everything for themselves. They be like, nah, you're gonna have to do your own thing. And you might have worked hella hard to get to where you're at and everything, but you're gonna make that man suffer and work 50 times hard. To me, I don't like that. Yes, put some work in yourself, of course, yes. But when somebody's reaching out to you and you see a guy that has potential, and he may be have the potential to be better than you at something, and then you kick dust on him and you brush him to a side or something like that, you planted many seeds in that individual. You might have even planted a great seed, because then ultimately that guy's going to end up overcoming you. And then guess what you're going to do? 9 times out of 10, that man's going to be deceptive. He's going to be deceptive. He going to try to, tear him down and everything, just because he don't like what he's doing and he has the know-how and he does it even better. In our community, we got to stop all that. And that's what I wanted to get
Uh,
outside.
yeah. I
Go ahead, man.
I I agree with you. I agree with you with that. And a good concept, a good analogy for that is the barbershop concept. Polo, I own a barbershop, you own a barbershop, right? Let's just use that as an example. In the same proximity, right? Because black males are known for owning barbershops. That's why it's a good example. You know what I mean? Instead of us, but we sitting here, we might spend years with our barbershop in the same proximity, competing for clientele instead of saying, man, you know what? We should find a way to partner and build a franchise and have about 10 barbershops in the city instead of sitting here every fucking year fighting to get customers. You get what I'm saying? That's bigger picture type stuff. That's the stuff we can't conceptualize. You get what I'm saying? We just don't get it.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, you can get it. It's just the fact that how you gonna be living. Are you gonna be happy with instead of just a big nice little house? You gonna be on regular house, just everything regular, because they gonna be equal. And a lot of people don't know
Hold
how
on.
to deal with equal,
Hold on. I
as in
don't
like
I don't get what you're
situations.
talking about. No, no, no. You
I'm
confused,
saying
brother.
like, can I finish? Like, cause you like, damn, dog, you gotta start cutting people off. You good for it. Listen, what you just said, as in bringing a community together, as in like bring your a barbershop with mine and bring your okay, bum. That means you gonna split revenue even more, so that shit gonna be equal. You might be able to have, like I said, you can instead
No,
of being
I'm
so
cutting you off
stingy.
because you're wrong. I don't want you to go down the rabbit hole. If you expansion means you make more revenue. Both of y'all are making more money than y'all were making with one shop. Then y'all have 10 shops. I don't know why you saying using
I'm speaking.
the description as equal.
All right, bro. I don't. All right, don't worry about it.
Yeah, I don't know why you would use that description because it seemed like that's not a good description. To build, if we gonna build, if we would want to build, we find a like interest and build a mutual trust and expand off that. That's all I'm
You
saying.
said you said why we don't do that. I was responding to that question, bro. I'm not responding to saying that what you were saying is wrong. I was responding why we don't do that.
Oh, you saying well, how people look
Yeah,
at
see
it. Oh,
that?
my bad.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
my
what I'm
bad.
saying. That's why you
Okay,
keep
okay, my
cutting me
bad.
off like that. You ain't gonna let me explain, so it kind of like lose
My
focus, and
bad.
that's
My
how I
bad,
like.
bro.
That's, you know, you
I
good, you
took
good.
you out of
Go ahead, go
context.
ahead.
My bad, bro.
Yeah, you
I
straight.
took, you know what I'm saying? Now, I still kind of disagree with you that dudes look at it equal. It's just a trust thing, man. And then our misunderstanding of what um unification can bring us because we don't see it in our communities. We
Like I
grow
said, when
up.
I meant
I'm a,
equal, when I say equal, equal can have different ways of pipelines. Like it can be equal with money, equal with trust, like you were saying, like that in trust. You gotta be equally
I'm,
be able to go through that
I'm,
structure of that. And when I meant equal as in the
I'm,
same house type of situation, as in just metaphorically, not as in physically, you would have the same structure of house, but you have a metaphorically in the mindset that everything between y'all is gonna be equal
I'm,
and there's gonna be a
I'm,
value to it. But
I'm
if
gonna
you're
give
not
you.
able to do that because one person want to be higher and bigger, that's not why. That's the reason why you don't see a lot of that because one want to have more of it than the other. So like if people
I,
willing to be equal with each other, that's the question. We don't know because as you can see, for the last 100 years, we don't see it as in like
I
not
get
just
what.
as in our own code and our own skin tone, but just as in humans individually, all together between from what's going on over there overseas to all that. It's constructually in the human mindset that they don't know how to become equal.
Okay,
So
okay. I see what you kind of trying to say. I see what you. But let me give you an example. I'm gonna give you an example from experience because I've lost over six figures doing business with my own people. Easily over six figures. I'm just being modest. One of the big things, I'm gonna tell you one of the big things, and this kind of plays into somewhat of what Polo is talking about, where you reach out to help people, right? Grow, which is true in its simplicity, in the simplistic explaining of it. But I'm gonna tell you what happens in most part. You have issues where you build a business and people don't know how much blood, sweat, and tears you put into it, and you branch out to let them be a part of it, and they think it was something overnight, and they think they entitled to everything instantly what you put your hard earned time, work, and money into, and they disrespect that. You understand what I'm saying? I don't know if y'all heard me. Did y'all hear me? Hello? Everybody muted? But yeah, that's one of the pitfalls of reaching out and helping people, where they will disrespect what you build when you trying to help them grow and be a part of something. One of the biggest things me and my business partner wanted to create is a real corporation, a board of nothing but black business owners. But it's a real dangerous thing, because a lot of people are not willing to sacrifice what we sacrifice. So that's now it becomes compromising once we give people power that's never had that's never been through the ropes, because they don't know what it takes to, when something fails, how to get it back up, and not willing to go through take that path. I don't know what happened. Yo, yo.